Get my likes up. Come on, people, man. It shouldn't be that hard to do. Keep the likes up.
Yeah.
The world class.
What's up? Welcome to the world class. I am Noble Miguel Mario Tunica Bay, Morris America Muslim, consecrated and appointed missionary, more science of America. And today I got a fucking attitude because I've been out of commission for like 4 days. Let me know if y'all can hear me because I don't even know if I'm able to be heard. Let me see. Yeah, this shit popping on. Man, I've been frustrated. My internet been off. Apparently, some car ran into something around here somewhere. I don't know, bro. I had so many things I had planned to do, and then not. Yeah. So this is open pen. Y'all can come up, talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. I really don't know what I missed on Brother Bernard and the Big Mike drop. They've been keeping me in the loop of what's going on, bro. I just said fuck it, I went to work. Internet was out, couldn't even hit the market like I wanted to. Got in a couple. I'm irritated as shit. I ain't gonna sit down with y'all. Super fucking irritated. Like, as soon as I fucking hit that shit, as soon as that shit was fucked up, this is what's going through my mind. That's all I can hear. Pure sadness. Complete and utter sadness and stress. Yeah, man. And I'm ain't no shit, man. I just irritated. Like I'm fucking irritated as shit, bro. Y'all can come in and talk about whatever you want. You want to come in and troll? I'm with the shits today. You want to come get your shit off? Today's the day. Got something you want to say? Something on your chest you want to get off? I'm with it because I'm irritated. Friday morning, my shit been off since Friday morning, bro. I was watching I forgot who live I was watching. I think it might have been Mr. Goodbreads. It's like Friday morning. There was something on Kevin Samuels. And my shit just click the fuck up. Click the fuck out. Shout out to Supreme 10. What's up, bro? Shout out to my guy, Bernard S. Can't wait till you get your channel popping off. Guys, definitely I'm at 3,291 watch hours. So I need what's that? What is it? 609 more watch hours. I appreciate everybody that just watched my video, share my video, put it on the playlist, whatever. I need I'm at 383 subscribers, which I appreciate. I appreciate it like thoroughly. I know it's not easy. I know a lot of people be zooming through it, but it's not easy. So definitely hit the like button, hit the share, and subscribe button. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Watch hours is crazy. I think one thing I am going to show though. Waiting for Big Mike. Been waiting for me to get my damn internet together so I could we could get into kind of the Kevin Samuels shit. But what I'll show is, I'll show this. Let me see. Let me get to it. I'm gonna show like my video, the biggest video I have where I got most of my watch hours. It's actually through Kevin Samuels' video. That's what I'm gonna show. So I give credit when credit is due, bro. I'm not a hater. I disagree with Kevin with a lot of stuff he said, but I never wanted the man to get hurt, die, and all that shit. That's intense. That's sucks. I had a whole live plan for Saturday. No, for Sunday. Couldn't get to that cause shit. That's a little dumb phone, man. Stupid little phone. I don't know why I ain't turn that shit off. Yeah, let me see if I can share this page by so. We'll be at. Chrome window. Video. No, not that. Not that. There we go. Yeah, it should be showing it, right? Is it up? Yeah. Let's make it big. Yeah, man. So as you can see, oh my God, I'm freaking missing the damn channel, right? What fucking page am I on, bro? Oh, right there. We go. Yeah, so you can see, as you can see, did this 8-minute video here. Just about 8 minutes, just under 8 minutes. Got 15,000. 0.3. Yeah, like 4 people. Like it's 4 people watching it now. 15,000 views on it. 900. Most of my watch hours came from this one video. Over 55 subscribers just from this one video. So thank you to everybody that watched the video. Thank you for subscribing. For people that watched the video. I think hopefully it'll show my next one. I want to kind of. I gotta go through all of this again. Oh no, I don't. The one before that is kind of like set it up. Look at these analytics. Just under 4,000 right here, and watch hours off of that 600. So just between them two videos, got over 1,500 watch hours. And what is that? Fuck, my math is fucked up right now. 92 subscribers just off them two videos. So definitely got to get a man his credit. His content was fire. As it relates to some of the, for the reason a lot of us watch it, for the crazy shit the chicks be talking about. So I meant to do this like forever ago, like last week when it was kind of fresh, but now it's more so on that girl and everything, and what's going on with that chick and that shit. So I kind of want to show. And I had two other videos. Yeah, this one ain't do too well. I mean, 600 something views as compared to the both other ones. It's not that bad though. Still got 57 watch hours from that. Got 10 subscribers from that. I say that was pretty decent, right? And I think my last one, yeah, this one is my last. So this was July 30th. As you can see, 500 something views. So this still gave me 1,000 views. These last two. So I only did 4. I did this, that, what's the name of that? I made that private. These two videos and these two, the only Kevin Samuels videos I did. And this one did 37 watch hours and 3 subscribers. So with 520 views. So I got 6 views in the last 48 hours out of it. Now that's not bad. His stuff gonna be up. That he's died, so I'm not making any more videos. I haven't been making videos and doing reaction videos to him. So it kind of, what am I showing you this for? It's like my point of, I had planned to show us, but it's like on some integrity shit. This is not a Kevin Samuels reaction channel. I never wanted to do it. If I was going to do it, I would have kept doing it from here. Like, this is not a little bit right here, right? I should have and could have been inspired to keep doing them. little 8-minute videos, get me 15,000. Like, why wouldn't I do it? Because it's about integrity, you know. So I'm not gonna do it when he was. I stopped doing it when he was alive. I stopped doing it 9 months ago. I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'm not knocking nobody that do it, but that's just not something. I'm just not doing it. So it just shows you where the integrity lies. It's not like I'm taking some moral stance. It's just like, you know, I'm just not. I've never rode no man coattails. These was just practice videos. This video is pretty bad. Actually, okay, I don't know if I'll show it. Will it like come up? No, it pulls into another folder or whatever. Just get that out. Let me see if it'll go in there. No, it won't. Let me see. I mean, I can show it. Let me see. How do you play it without it going to another damn? That's what's crazy. Oh, how about this? I think I know how to do it. Go to my own channel. It's weird going to your own channel looking at shit, because I usually never come in here. Yeah. We can watch this, I guess, right? I ain't even got too much to say. This shit right here is just this shit right here crazy. Crazy.
Hello?
So if you've seen this by now, I don't know if y'all can even hear it, and this shit is like kind of low. You see her face, you already know what it is. This is one of the wildest videos I've ever seen.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
So,
What's your disagreement?
my disagreement is just basically about the fact that Black women shouldn't have to feel obligated to smile to Black men. We're holding a lot of trauma. We're holding a lot of problems, mental health issues.
Hold on. How old are you?
24.
I'm gonna say this one more time. I need you to pay attention. I need all Black women to pay attention. The world does not owe you understanding or me understanding. If you have all this trauma, go seek professional help, because the rest of us do not have to suffer you.
Okay, it's easy to tell Black women.
I just noticed she got like a wedding ring. Like she got like a little engagement ring. Right here, right? Is that, am my mouth showing up right here? Yeah. Like she got a little engaged. She might be engaged. That's dangerous.
And Black people
Do you not
in the Black community to get help?
Whose responsibility is it to get the help they need?
And what I'm gonna do, just because for no reason, like I literally should just be going to sleep right now. My internet got back up, so I had to got back up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you, because what I was gonna do Sunday is actually supposed to be for Dr. Sabi, and yeah, it's gonna show like what Kevin Samuel supporters can learn from those of us that support Dr. Sabi and him dying. So you said you unsubscribed for him after this video. This was when he introduced the AOL startup noise. I don't even know what that was. But yeah, I'm gonna show you like the other video that this is when I realized this dude was sick. I realized this over a year ago. But I just, you just don't want to talk about it because, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm going to get to him anytime soon. But I seen a super old video where this dude was down in Red Bull all the way back then. This video is pretty bad.
But it's not available readily to our community.
That is bullshit.
With the wealth gap growing, how many people
whose responsibility is it to get the mental health they need? Who?
It is ultimately the responsibility of us to get the mental health that we need. But I'm letting you know that we are very underserved.
You can't make this stuff up. So you say we're underserved. You got to tell me that the therapists that are already exist are overloaded. We don't go get help, man. Just had a therapist on here before.
I think this is why the video did so well, because I really wasn't doing that much talking. Because really nothing to say but to listen to this shit. And look at her little immature mannerisms.
I talk to psychiatrists, and first of all, understand who you're talking to. I know hundreds of anyway. What do black people tend to deal with? How do black women tend to deal with their mental health issues? With a licensed clinician or with Jesus?
Neither. Food. Gossip. Facts. That's my mic was fucked up. I couldn't even get the mic audio together. My shit way better now.
That is what's pushed to us since
No,
from the age of we are little.
No, man. I asked who. You see, I asked who they see. We're not gonna play. I'm not gonna play the lily pad game. Did they go to a clinician or did they go to the church?
The church most often.
All right, and these are educated. Most of these women are educated, and they've heard about they make the choice not to go. No different than, I'm gonna switch it up. No different than women understanding here that being 200 pounds and 5 foot tall is unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
But yet 80% of our women are overweight, and 80% of that is obese. They know the truth. They choose to do something else.
The narrative pushed to us most often is that a guy wants a woman with a big ass. He wants, a thick lady.
First of all, little 24-year-old, it's a lot of slim women with a fat ass butt. It's a lot. It's called slim thick. It's not new. I call her in like the worst face in the world. Because the girl's actually cute, but she's young and goofy. Corin like the worst, worst frame I could have possibly. He don't look too much better either. They look like they're arguing. Pam Grier, she old, right with your grandmother. That's a thing. So one doesn't have nothing to do with the other. But that's how they talk. That's how she trained to talk. This is 24-year-old. So y'all that's 30 and older, this is the impression that you're giving her. That these young 24, 20-something-year-olds, this is the impression you having on her. This level of logic that she got. Go check that video out. It's fire.
Accountability is kryptonite to modern women. Ma'am, you say the
and there's classic line.
Promise. If I accept them, then you got to do something about it. Because what about the traumas that the black man has to deal with? But we still have to get out here and be functioning people in society, contributing. You don't get to walk around and say, have a special victim status.
I'm not saying we should have a special victim status, but our circumstance is different. We are women.
Is your circumstance, you're 24 years old. Is your circumstance harder or easier than your grandmother and your great-grandmother?
Exponentially easier. We have access to information we didn't have.
Exponentially easier, but you're handling it worse. Your grandmother, your great-grandmother actually could work with a black man with more trauma.
Because they understood that the black woman and the black man are on the same side. Now that we are all free and independent and we could do whatever we want to, why would we seek to, be one with the black man?
Thank you.
Woo!
Yeah, that shit was tough, bro. I didn't even know how to respond. I don't even know why I made all that noise, to be honest with you. That shit crazy. That shit still wild. This was a whole year ago. It's just still crazy to hear. I don't think she realized what she was saying as she was saying it. I don't know. It'd be great. It would be great to hear chicks like this. Like, where are they at now? Like, where are they now a year later? Like, what is her mindset? Like, what did she go through? Like, did she change? Doubt it. Is she one of the people that's happy that he died? Probably. Most likely. See, the thing with history is those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. One of the biggest things that go with that is that you're only strong as your weakest link. Because when you go through history, you find war. That's what you find in history. These are the main points. War. And you're only strong. I dropped the link to this video. If y'all want to check it out yourself, because his the original video is linked into this too. In my video, in this video that I'm watching. Your weakest link, and your weakest link, little young girls like that, like this right here, who don't know shit. They tell them. Right. Hold up. Down South Yellow, yeah. I want the same thing about the average, but I know, bro. I think she went on a little media run when it was first hot, and I think like a checkup on her like 6 months later, they was talking about she met somebody or something like that, got a date or something, because apparently she got big ass butt. That's why she thought she was so fine. But yeah, that's pretty normal. Everybody know that. Ain't new. Right now, what you watching is an interrogation of a POW. And she giving up the gold. Facts. Why would we? So it's not a possibility that this wife that you listening to this with. This is what's in the back of her mind. Your sister, your mother. This is how they think. This shit is devastating. So again, why would we have respect for you if that's how you carry yourself? Who knows?
I think that
Thank you. Clip it, slice it, put it on World Star. She said it, not me.
So y'all see why I clipped it, right? Because he said clip it. This is before he put that video out about don't use this stuff. He said clip it, so I clipped it. He said it was good, so I, you know what I mean? This and the last one. The next one, I'm going to go over a little bit.
Now that you're independent, you don't need to be with. There you go. There you go. And there you go. And there you go. There you go, black man.
You muted her ass.
There it is. She finally got one.
She screamed, "We don't have trust. We don't have trust in the black man. So why are you sucking our dick and fucking us and having babies and want us to marry you and want us to protect?" That was wild as fuck to say. I can't believe I said that. I'll be saying whatever the fuck out of my mind, bro. So they hold you. I am telling you, bro. Y'all to watch this replay. A year from now, them niggas gonna be begging for Kevin Samuels. The wolves that they done unleash, and me and others, y'all gonna be begging for this nigga to come back. Y'all gonna be finding the 7 Dragon Balls. You gonna be trying to get Aladdin's lamp to wish this nigga back. He was actually trying to help us. He sure enough was. Cause I ain't got no help for you. I ain't gonna sit there and hold you. Protect you. Why do you want protection from somebody you don't trust? Word. Why you want to put your mouth on a man you don't trust? Why are you taking money from people you don't trust? Didn't I just say like earlier it looked like she had a ring on her finger though? That'd be crazy if she engaged talking about some we don't trust a black man. But you fucking him. Like that's weird as shit. Did he miss shit? It's a 24-year-old. It's a baby. I get it, but they showing you what they thinking.
Let's say it.
Build businesses with us.
Your grandmothers and your great grandmothers.
That's right. Mute that bitch.
Had more trauma and more stress and did it better. They have exponentially less and they're handling it worse.
She got so much hate in her heart. It's fucking up her internet.
But it's because they're free. They can do what the hell they want to. They'll need to be with you. So you don't need to feel any guilt for taking care of you. For putting yourself first and making your passion, your purpose, your priority. You don't need to feel guilty because this 24-year-old woman just said it. They don't feel any guilt about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Come again.
So don't ask black men to care about your traumas.
On law.
When you can't even smile at us.
Facts.
That's why they don't like me.
Because I already know what it is, shorty. This is something to comment, you know. Y'all too, take a look at this, man. Go, you might want to consider, you YouTubers. Consider getting 2, buddy, because for a teeny weeny little channel like mine, I'm still at 383 for me to get 15,000, 400 likes and shit like that. It's because of this shit. Yeah, I actually gotta go in here and fix all of this and make this shit better than what it is. There's some decent comments, and how many comments was 115? This video did pretty well. And it was just me practicing. You know, as you seen, the shit looked terrible. I ain't cropped the shit right. I ain't edited it. None of that. The description really was trash. So yeah, man, people definitely ate off this guy. So he needs his, he needs his credit for what he's done or whatever. The other video is, I really don't have no topic. I'm just going live because, like, I don't know. You always gotta look for an escape route. That shit is so fucking disrespectful. It don't make no sense, man. Yeah, what's this? What she say? She wasn't even mean. This lady here wasn't mean, but it's just the fucking shit. She's this bullshit. This the video though. When I realized this dude was sick, it's just stress. You know what? This video, to a man or feel. This video and the last one I showed was the same exact show. He dealt with her and her in the same night. Like that little consumer experience you have in your mind. So if I wanted to like really be I ain't gonna say a fuck nigga because I'm not trying to say people that did his videos is fuck nigga, but if I really want to be a coattail rider, I could have just did 2 or 3 videos like I did with this one and get thousands of views, but I'm not. That's not the type of person I am. But yeah, these the two that just I could not. It's another video like recently that not recently, but more recent than this. I was so tempted. I was so tempted because that conversation, that shit that little girl was saying out her mouth. I said, "You little huzzy." Jesus. You'll give your best to them, then when you go home and you come back to us, it's fuck us. You give us your fucking ass to kiss. Mm-hmm. Indeed. That's what's up. Showing up here.
Stand it. You have to respect. You know how to act when you respect somebody. When something's on the line, when there's a consequence. But there's nothing on the line with a black man because most black women have lack of respect for black men. They can talk any kind of way. That's the context.
Okay. When you say it like that, you know, I feel like you're boiling it down in a real simplistic way.
Yeah, because it's very simple.
In the work environment.
Because it's very simple. Because it's very simple. Black women know how to act. Mm-hmm. Always have. It's just you've gotten to the point where you don't give a shit about what your reflection cares about. So because you don't have to respect it. There's no consequence when you deal with a black man. Go back 3 calls when this woman is just complaining about smiling at a black man.
Yep.
Right.
So I'm boiling it down, make it simplistic. Go ahead.
XL Pro, what's up, bro? I appreciate you, bro. You're always coming through. Yep. Down south, yep. It was the same video. Same exact video. Same damn live, bro. This shit stressed me out editing this shit, and I sucked at editing. I'm like, golly, you hearing that same dumb shit? Shout out to XL Pro, bro. You appreciate you coming through in the space, bro. See you everywhere, man. Always contributing and adding to the convo. I appreciate you.
Hey, tell us why it's such. Let me say something too before you do this. Remember when I said everything's variable, guys? Everything's variable is always subjective. The counter to that is either subjective or variable, or it's extremely complex.
I don't want to watch the whole thing.
It's calculation. It's calculating in force space. And if we were more intelligent, we could understand the complexities. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is fucking insulting. Right. Yeah.
So yeah, I'd like to respond to that, sister. When I've had that experience as well at different points in my life where black men are like, hey, you should smile, miss. And when I think about it, sometimes you are just in deep thought, and truly, and with the context, the other women in other races, maybe they don't have to tell them to do that because they're not carrying the grief that we're carrying around. Like, we're mourning for our brothers in the community, like legit.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No, ma'am, no. You're mourning.
Right there. That's it. That was my first sign. That's another sign too. That was involuntary. It wasn't self-control. That was involuntary. I was thinking respiratory. All of it is stress. I even suffer from it. If I die, it'll be because of stress. I know my life expectancy is shortened because of stress. I don't matter how vegan you is, how healthy you is, vegan being stressed as a male in North America, man, that shit wild, bro. This is the first sign. I was like, oh, dude, sick. This is outside of the Red Bull. I didn't know he was drinking Red Bull like that. Because most of the time when I was listening to him, I was just listening to him. I really wasn't looking at the video because I don't be looking at niggas. So even when I'm on Palmer channel, I'm just looking at the chat or looking at if he doing some research. I just don't be looking at the video. I be listening because I got a habit of just listening to audio books, listening to blog talks or whatever. Yeah, definitely XL Pro. Stress to kill your ass. I don't matter how healthy you are, man. That should take your ass the fuck out, bro. Stress is something else, man. I got immaculate health habits, man. Stress, going through what I went through with my son, being alienated from him for months. That shit took a toll on me. That stress shit will hit anybody. I watched Brother Palmer talk about that shit. That shit crazy. Yeah, this is the first sign, man. This is that little quick thing he did was involuntary. It wasn't self-control.
No, hell no, absolutely not.
Okay.
No, ma'am, no. Your morning.
That's involuntary. That's involuntary. That's not it's not what it look like. You have to stop. Like that's I'm not trying to. It just to me I thought it was respiratory. I didn't think it was his heart. I think I thought it was respiratory. And I kept in mind that he said he was a cancer survivor, so I know respiratory system is really hard on cancer survivors that may have went through chemo. Now, I don't know the particular thing he went through. I don't know. Y'all to listen to him a little bit more, you might know. But that was my first sign, that right there. Because he's genuinely upset. I was upset when I heard her say it. And the thing about this lady, I don't know who she is or I don't think she meant no harm. That's why I didn't mind going over it again. She didn't mean any harm. She wasn't malice. She was very receptive. She's a psychologist, I think, or therapist. I think she said she was. So, yeah, it's stressful, and this is why I talk about what I talk about. What I'm really going to get into in this new phase is getting into this motherhood shit, because that's where the problem starts. The black female and her motherhood, we're going there. Like he always say, oh, we're going there. We're going there. That shit is on trial officially. Black motherhood is officially on trial. I'm putting it on trial. We're going there because behind every conversation and everything is the black motherhood undermining everybody's intelligence, undermining everybody's health, the treachery. And if that don't get addressed, like we carry this stress for how old is he? 50 years? How much you undermine on a day-to-day basis? I know where it comes from. That stress overload. Peace, Savannah. How are you? That overload, bro. I know that. That shit is involuntary. This move here, man. It's I know it all too well. Yeah, absolutely. And who needs to come up with it? Women need to come up and talk about these things, about what their mom did to them, and denounce that, and not just denounce. And my solution, I'll say this over and over and over again. Y'all need to start calling the motherfucking police on these so-called black mothers. You need to start calling the police on these niggas. Because these dudes, right, in the manosphere keep talking about shame them. And some of these women say, fuck the shame and shit. That black female culture is shame. That's all they do, is ridicule and shame each other. That shit don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. Black people walking around, so-called black people walk around with brown skin calling themselves black. Your identity is a derogatory. That you so dark that you black. Shaming don't mean shit. The niggas. You need to start calling the motherfucking police. You need to start Me Too movement for children, for so-called brown children in North America against their mom and whatever nigga they let around them. Need to be a Me Too movement for how many molested children there is. If you had to hook these dudes up, without a shot of a doubt, it don't work. Shaming don't mean anything. You wasting your motherfucking time shaming somebody. When your ass get locked the fuck up and your freedoms is taken away from you, then you make real decisions. You know what I'm saying? And I notice stress, man. I see it. I see this stuff. A lot of older men are so intolerant. They don't have to pay. Y'all don't understand why old men are intolerant. Because I get a different side of old men. Because me, to give you clarity, I'm 36 years old. I put me up as I'm explaining this. Right. I'm 36 years old. Right. I never drank a day in my life. Never smoked it. Never drank a day in my life. Never smoked a day in my life. No tattoos. No criminal record. Never tried a drug. Very disciplined, put it like that. I'm a very disciplined person. Not a good listener. Pretty hard-headed. You know, I'll be honest about that. But when older people talk, I listen. I shut up. So I see a different side from older men that most people see. And I mean even other men, you know what I'm saying? Women too. They really do the way they care is I can't explain it to you. I can't explain it to you. Until they see you give the effort up front on your own, which is the type of person I am. I'm preemptive. I'm gonna get on shit beforehand. I'm a Libra. I like to get shit done before it start. I like speed, so I'll be trying to beat them to the punch. So they only got to tell me to slow down. Wait till I tell you, do this, do that. So they like that. You know what I mean? So I get a different side of men. So but what makes men so frustrated is how treacherous the women are, that they can't trust them. And what XL Pro said, he said, I'm 42, but do drink some. My mom's 82. My grandfather lived to be 98. Peace be. That's what's up, man. Peace be upon him. That's a life, man. 98. That's when we supposed to be getting up out of here. 98, 102, 120. You know what I mean? Like that's when we supposed to be getting out of here. Not 50 something years old, man. My dad died at 60 something, running from the police. That's mind boggling. So you see a different side of older men when you're disciplined, and the betrayal and the pain and growing up not being able to I put it like this: having a so-called black mother is forced Stockholm syndrome, because you force to like your oppressor and your kidnapper. And I see this stress, man. I see this stress nonstop, bro. Like this shit here. Yeah, man. This one I knew dude was sick. Stress ain't no whore, bro. And I'll get into that, what I was just saying. I'm gonna have videos on it and lives on this, because this is gonna be the foundation, not the foundation. The foundation of this channel gonna be universal law in order to bring a world-class information to the average and ordinary person. But we gotta deal with the first thing, and that's being able to preserve the seeds, bro. Like I said in my mission statement video, if all the seeds are contaminated, how can we hope to have a harvest? Can't keep letting our children get abused. And I'm dealing with first things first. I'm dealing with these mothers because they have access the most and they're hurting children at a higher rate. Then we're going to deal with these niggas. Then we'll deal with the foreigners, which is the government, et cetera, these colonizers, et cetera, immigrants. But we got to deal with home first. Actually, before the government, we got to deal with these elders. It's the mothers, it's the fathers, and the elders in that order. That's who's responsible. Okay, so, but this is to get back on course, even though I don't really have a course. To get back on course, this was the first time I realized he was sick. And when I say sick, let me be clear on what I mean by sick. I'm just now I've been keeping it quiet because I don't like to speak stuff into existence, and I don't like to put stuff in people's head. But since he's gone, I'll explain it. I knew his life expectancy wasn't going to exceed 65. This was when I realized it. And I knew it was shortening more and more. Watch him drink Red Bull. You could literally take Red Bull, pour it on your car window, tap the glass, and break that bitch. Like a regular tap, like as if you were playing. That's how disgusting and horrible Red Bull is. It's dangerous. It's like fucking the greaser. That shit is horrible. And Coca-Cola. XL Pro. They said my parents were married 50 years, but my mom, hella masculine, caused conflicts. Holding everybody accountable. Yeah, Red Bull is extremely dangerous, bro. It's not something you should put in your body. And Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Very dangerous. But this is the first time, and I don't like to see stuff like this because although I disagree with him, again, I disagree with him on a lot of stuff as it relates to the family. I come from a different perspective, dramatically different. So I'm not going to agree with him when it comes to that. But that doesn't mean I can't give credit when credit is due. And I'm not the type of person that sit and argue with older people. I understand that they operate off their level of intelligence and the access to information they had at that particular time. We deal with a little more with better access to information than they did, and I don't fault him for that. You can only adapt and adjust for so much for so long before you right off into the sunset. So that being said, it's just I lost my grandmother. I lost a lot of older people that poured wisdom into me, and I don't like to see older people sick. My grandmother had a assisted living home, and so I watched a lot of old people die. And so I'm not just I think I'm a know-it-all. I've watched it. I know when they start to break down. I know what they look like. No, I'm not I can really. When it comes to this, I am. I was a professional. I did get paid to work in an assisted living home because I grew up in one, and I know what it looked like. And when I seen this, I was like, damn, Shorty don't got that long. I didn't think it would be 2 years though. But I also think as we go forward and look at the other thing, I also think older people shouldn't travel as much. But Dr. Sebi traveled a lot. Kevin Samuels now, becoming super big, making millions. He has to travel. So I just think that added to shortening his life, well, his vitality. Let's just say that shorten his vitality, and I think a lot of factors going in outside of, and that doesn't exclude that it can be a potential conspiracy because I'm not trying to rule out either one. What we can do is look at his health now, and make judgment. I think judgment is amazing. People don't have a problem with judgment when somebody come out with a new iPhone or when the oncoming traffic don't crash into you. All of that is judgment too. So we can make judgment off some of his health choices, because it's important to be critical when it comes to stuff like life. Yeah, I don't. They said he got the jab too. I know he did. He had to begin because Jessica X was talking about him potentially coming next month, and I know it's a series of jabs you got to take now. So probably did, man. And that's aluminum. I think it's even barium in those things. I actually have that video. I was gonna do that video. That was gonna be the first live I did, but I never got around to doing it. Where this guy broke down and did the research in front of your face on what's in the actual so-called jab. But this is the first time I noticed it. Granted, like if you look at the context of the conversation, yes, he's frustrated. Of course, he's frustrated. But it's truly involuntary. His reaction is good on his part, whereas he caught it. Didn't let himself raise his heart rate too much. But I thought it was respiratory when I first saw it, and I was immediately concerned because he gets angry again in this video.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
It is horrible for older people to raise their voice. It's not to yell. I'm not trying to say like he's a senior, but even like when you're not healthy and you're like in your 40s, you have to reduce the yelling and screaming. I'm 36. I gotta calm down because it just destroys your body. Gotta stop all that hollering.
No, man, no. Your morning.
Like if y'all turn it up, like I'm gonna put this in the chat too. I don't mean to be stopping it. Like I hate when people be doing reviews and they be stopping and shit. If you can hear it, like you go over this part. Let me go back to the time. This is in my video. This is in my video, but the original video is in the description of this video. So on my video is 6 minutes and 43 seconds into this video. I don't think I timestamped this particular part of his live, but you will hear a gulp. You will hear something, right? You will hear it as he says it or whatever. So it's not just me just speculating. And I watched this shit early, and it's another part. It's even more telling than this.
You cause black men more grief than LAPD, system of white supremacy,
Amen.
any of this other shit.
Amen.
Mourn your brothers for what you do to us.
Amen. 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 I was on his side when he was saying this. I was listen. I was on Kevin Samuel's side when he was saying this. Like, yes, thank you. Somebody needs to get up and say this shit over and over. Man, I'm gonna clip this motherfucking part. I ain't gonna sit there and hold you. I'm gonna clip this. Out of everything in the world, he said this is the fucking most favorite thing that I've ever seen him say. This is the absolute fucking truth.
We're not carrying the grief that we're carrying around. Like, we're mourning for our brothers in the community. Like, legit.
No. Absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
I appreciate her doing that, though. I do. I appreciate when women yield. I find that's attractive to me. When you yield, that's attractive. When you know you're wrong, I don't expect y'all to be perfect. I know you're gonna mess up, but when you know you fucked up, they're yielding. I like attractive, not just mean like sexual attraction, but I can fuck with you if you admit that you're wrong. I don't need y'all to be perfect. Just need you to admit when you're wrong, stand out of the way, yield. Like, it's dope. You know what I'm saying? What's Savannah say? XL Pro said, right. What you say, Savannah? You said, I realized how messed up the community was when I found myself thinking that I didn't want to age past 6. Wow. The elders in my family had a poor quality of life, and I started equating that to aging. Absolutely, positively, yes. Yes. I did the same thing. It was crazy. You say you didn't think you was going to live past 60. I didn't think I was going to make it to 21. But the second part, I didn't think I was going to make it past 21. But the second part, definitely, the elders in my family had a poor quality, and I started equating that to aging. I did the same thing. Why I didn't think I was going to make it past 21 is because my older brother got killed, and my father was in jail since I was 3, and I had another cousin named Gene. He was in jail in Detroit because my family come from Detroit. I'm here in Baltimore, and I had another big cousin. He was my brother's cousin on his side of the family. He was in jail like 20 something, a little bit older than my brother. So I didn't think I was gonna make it past 21. So I really wasn't worried about health until my grandmother died in 2005 from chemo, not cancer. You know what I mean? They kill them with the chemo before you can get to them. But yeah, I feel like health is. Listen, we are going to get into health a lot and now, yeah, more than ever. We're gonna get into health. You know what I'm saying? Health is going to be important. I'm gonna do the best I can to be neutral. I'm vegan, but there's ways to be healthy, healthier. Without a shot, but there was ways to be healthier. Eating cleaner meat, flesh, I should say, because meat is fruits and vegetables and nuts. We're gonna get into health, I promise. I'm big on it. People be like, yo, why don't you consult, bro? Can't nobody afford me, bro. I'm not even gonna sit there and hold you. I was talking to I think I was talking to Two Freeman earlier today, if not yesterday. Yeah, can't nobody afford me, man. I would have to charge somebody $60,000-$70,000 an hour because I'm gonna go over financial literacy. I'm gonna go over health. I'm going over history. I'm going over mindset, universal law, taxes, nationality, all that at one time. Can't nobody afford me. And you would have to do about 100 hours. So I can't nobody afford me. You really can't. And then if you can, you don't need me. And like the people that need me can't afford me. So that's why I'll never charge nobody for nothing. It ain't a person breathing air to say I charge them for any consultation, religious, physical, anything. If I did rap, I wouldn't charge nobody because you can't afford me. I'm a deposit. So I say what I say. Shout out to my big bro, Maxim Inter LLC. I'm doing what I can, bro. Oh, what's up? I didn't know you was vegan, XL Pro. That's what's up, bro. Oh, you did vegan for 7 months. Okay, yeah, that's what's up. I know you felt better, and then what happens what usually catches you is those cravings. Like, so I had dealt with that first. I dealt with the first thing I changed was my and I'm gonna do a whole live on it. probably this Sunday coming up, 9:30. First thing I changed was my snacks. I said if I could change my snacks and being a comfort eater, if I can change my snacks, bro, I can change my life. So I started with snacks and started weaning my shit out. We got lit after that. Shit was fun. Thank the creator for that wisdom, because I wasn't smart enough to come up with that. That idea just came to my brain.
No, ma'am, no.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You cause black men more grief than LAPD, system of white supremacy, or any of this other shit. Mourn your brothers for what you do to us, not the system.
Yeah, I'm clipping that on law.
Sorry, man, I heard that too much. And y'all get up on this high horse like before we got to deal with the system of white supremacy, we got to deal with what's laid beside us.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Come on now. You said them GMOs be calling me. You a fool. Savannah, don't encourage him. He a Libra too. He they calling me to come back to the street. Oh my gosh, yeah, they dumb shit, man. I'm crab legs, bro. That's the first thing I missed when I went vegan. I was like, I can't have no more crab legs. Crab legs with some drawn butter. I was hurting that.
That's fair. That's fair. I just feel like there is a level of.
I see that. I see what I see. See, that's right here. That's confirmation. Is he genuinely upset about the bullshit she say?
Of deep concentration that sometimes we're in that impacts. I mean, it just does. It disproportionately impacts our community. So we do have more things on our mind.
I think this lady meant well. I don't think she has she don't seem ill will to me at all. But it was a good interview and it was telling. Kind of want to skip.
The women of other races, we can't have that levity that they may have at times. You know, I would love to, step into that all the time. But there's sometimes it's, you have a lot on your mind.
Let's say I accept that being black in this country is because what are you doing about it? What's the name of your therapist?
What's the name of my therapist?
In general, are black women in therapy for these issues?
Yes.
In mass.
I think we're getting there, because what I can say is,
come on, Ma. This is the black community. The therapy we have in the black community. No. I'll let you say it, because there is a point to be made. The black experience in this country because of chattel slavery. I can hear that. But what I can't hear is you're not doing anything about the issues that you want us to take under advisement. It just happens. It's a permanent condition. It can't be changed. So what? It's either ignore it or Jesus.
No.
I'm asking, what are you doing about it?
Me on a personal level?
No.
I'm a therapist.
So pro sound like culture condition. Yeah, he's alright. Yeah, bro, cool, definitely. Say plant-based junk food isn't junk food. It's missing. Yeah, it's completely different. It doesn't drain you as much as that other shit be doing. What Down South said, he says, I have been listening to his show about 9 months at this point. Another reason I unsubscribed was because these ladies were stressing me as well. Yeah, yo, I can go back and forth with the best of them. I'm not one to be fucked with, but I cannot sit and listen to stupidity shit. Bro, a Maxim in a LLC will tell you, I can't. I'll cuss you out now. I don't have time. I don't have the patience. I'm just not for that. That's why it took me so long to come out here in public. I've just been like playing really with this content I've been on. I've just been practicing the YouTube part. I ain't really got into what I do at all. Yeah, different ladies, same. I'm telling you, it's a cookie cut. That's why I'm giving. That's why y'all go on my page, look up Roe versus Wade. You see the conversation that we had. Go look up Modern Money Mechanics that on my channel. I'm doing the best I can to get a foundation. Go look up Law of Diminishing Intent, and then I expose the name of demons, actual demons that's fucking up people. Trying to lay down some foundations before I start dragging. But I said that in response to what you just said, that last sentence. Different ladies, same delusion. It's a cookie cut mentality, man. And it's not just mental, right? So I'm past the point. Kosher clinician is dope, but our people are past the point of therapy. They need an exorcism. They need exorcism. Whatever wordplay you want, you know they don't exercise, so you know they need an exorcism. And it ain't no motherfucking mystery that something has them. They don't have themselves. You know what I mean? And again, I don't know how many times I gotta say it out, and I'll keep saying this because I think this needs to be said a lot. I'm talking about black females. I'm not talking about white ones. I'm not talking about Asian ones. I'm talking about black females. I am not talking about women. I'm not talking about women. I'm talking about black females. That's what I'm talking about. What does Savannah say? We women need to cut the BS. Amen. How is she a therapist but severely over? Jesus Christ. Woo. Her advice can be valid, but being unhealthy usually reflects other areas of life. Listen, you have a right to be overweight, but when you're in a leadership position, right? And like, even I need to see it coming down. Me personally, I need to see it coming down. Like Mr. Palmer is coming down. I watch my brother is coming down. That's in the chat. People, I see it coming down. But when it comes to men, I don't want to keep seeing obese men. Like, you have an obligation to oh yeah, we doing good. You have an obligation. When you leading, especially as a parent, you are the leader of that. It's you have an
Peace.
obligation. You peace. You are the leader of your household. You have to be healthy. You have to reflect what you have to reflect, and you have to show uh, health in every way, shape, or form. I'm a big proponent of, does your value translate? You have to equate that success pattern in each and every area in life. Health is extremely important. It's the foundation because it includes your mental health. It includes your spiritual health. People say health and is whether I got abs, how I look in the outfit. Fuck that shit. What's the input and output of your household? Bullshit in, bullshit out. You put bullshit in your mouth, bullshit gonna come out your mouth. I took health extremely serious, and I took every principle my mentor gave to me when it came to money and business and self-development and put it into my health. That's the best place. So we're going to push health on this channel thoroughly. That's the most world-class knowledge that you could possibly have. When you're a leader in a community, like a therapist, et cetera, you have to push health. You have to be as healthy as possible. It's extremely important because people will look at you and they're not going to say anything. A lot of times they'll look at you, they're not going to say anything, but they're going to go, oh, if it's okay for them to take a break, it's okay for me to take a break. Because people do what they see you do, not what you say. Children do, especially children. You know what I mean? And it's just time to really push the health thing forward. One of the we're in the Morris Science Temple of America. I love Noble Drew Ali. I got honest with Marcus Garvey, but Dr. Savior is it for me. I'm so thankful for that man's wisdom, and that I happened to be alive at the same time that he was alive. Like, he's it for me. And like, one of the things he said is we don't follow sick people. And this man gave us something that he gave us something. This was crazy, bro. He went out his mouth and said, I came to give the black woman a gift. This is what he said. I'm not making this up. He brought a the cure or a gift that the world was suffering from and brought it to the so-called black woman. Shout out to Salve Bowman, his daughter. Lady that gave the woman that gave me my formula for my son, the hemp formula for my son. So like I was gonna do Sunday, but my internet was down, was kind of go over what the Kevin Samuel supporters can learn from those of us that were Dr. Sabi supporters, how to keep the legacy alive and keep the message alive. Because we kind of just went through the same thing, you know what I'm saying? And health is extremely important. And I know from being in financial services that the conversation with health and the conversation with wealth is verbatim the same conversation. In principle, if nothing else. But in principle, verbatim the same as that conversation. You know what I mean? And it's important we go through that. Because maybe we're wrong. Maybe not wrong. Well, maybe, the conspiracists are right. Maybe that is true. Two things can be true. He could have been out there and he could have been killed. We don't know yet. It takes about 90 days. 48 hours for murder, but with them, it takes about 90 days for them to put down the information, the inaccurate information, and we will find out. There's enough world-class researchers on this planet. You got 2 of them on this panel right now. We will find out. You don't have to worry about that part. But what we can do is focus on what we do know. And what we do know is we need to be healthier. We need to have better examples, and we need to take care of our elders, which again, black females are killing elders for a while, like 10, 15 years now. They've been dying in their care, along with the child thing and along with their own health. And got to do something about it. You know what I mean? And somebody has to speak up. And this was one of the videos that I think this is the best interview he ever did. I mean, I know y'all like the entertainment stuff, and I hold back criticisms. I've been holding back criticisms on him, not because I got a video that did 15,000, but I understand that he framed it as entertainment, but they always cross. When you're doing business, you might find a client that's dope that you fuck with, and then, shit cross. So things cross when you're doing business. I think he's always framed it. He's always put on the entertainment value. As you see, his background is different from what it was when he just passed. And he was excellent in that regard. The aesthetics, the corporate skill set was there. A little outdated, but it works. You know what I mean? So I'm going on a rant, right? I just think health is extremely important. It's a word that applies to everything: your financial health, your spiritual health, the health of your relationship, and that's what I take from this passing. How important it is to stress us being healthy, how we manage ourselves. I don't know if you there, sis. I don't know how long ago you heard me, but I don't think older people should be traveling as much. It's a lot of stress to get out of your habit, to be in a whole nother state. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a lot of things wrong that I seen with what he was doing. I kind of backed off, like as I showed earlier. 9 months ago was the last time I did a Kevin Samuels reaction. It's just I was like, nah, I can't. It's some of his concepts, but I do appreciate what he did do with the health thing, having being in the same generation as I am, where Dr. Sabi exists, for the internet to have to tell you to drink water if you.
Sis said ginger ale and crackers. Facts.
Rick Bro, salty crackers, ginger ale, and chicken noodle soup.
Yeah, I just it's unfortunate that he's gone so soon, right?
Yeah.
The Asiatic woman was the one who really took him to another level as far as being able to get him out and really dominate the algorithm. That's exactly what he was doing. He was dominating the algorithm. And when you begin to say certain things and you begin to move certain ways, you have to change up your company. So the same things that you used to do, you can't do it any longer. When we look at this woman who's supposed to have been a nurse, you know, quote unquote, he met her the same day and then he took her to his home. That just does not none of that adds up with anything that Kevin Samuels actually taught. It just doesn't add up. Even listening to the well, not listening, but just reading that the call was for someone who was in danger. The 911 call was for someone who was in danger. That doesn't make any logical sense. Why wouldn't be, someone is going, if I'm a nurse, is going to be someone is going through, cardiac arrest. If I've told you that my heart is my heart is hurting, and it's not someone is in danger. Yeah, none of it adds up, and the shame of the women, it is so disgusting
Yeah.
to see Asiatic women have parties. I mean, I've seen parties on Clubhouse, I've seen parties on YouTube, Instagram Live, Facebook groups. I mean, I've like they didn't do none of this for George Floyd. I mean, they burned down whole cities for him, but they didn't have no parties for him.
I've been holding back on certain comments because me and Big Mac drop. We're gonna be on his channel talking about this a little later. But uh, I don't. I'll just say this. I don't know what y'all think y'all doing. Let me let me bring the close up. I don't know what y'all think y'all doing, but you need to stop. Wow, it's too fucking late now. I've been off the internet for 4 days.
Yeah,
It's too late now, but you're doing nothing but making it 10 times worse than you because
it's absolutely disgusting. Like, when do we celebrate that a Asiatic man is no longer here in the flesh? Like, when did that ever become a part of how we live? Like, the Asiatic woman, the AKA black woman, is the most disgusting thing on the planet as of right now.
uh,
When it comes to coming together and throwing actual parties, that a man's life is now going a brother. It's like, how low can we actually go?
you know what's crazy, sis? I know you don't know all these guys that's in the manosphere. I shit you not. You know I keep shit a bean. Kevin Samuels is the main person helping them.
Hmm.
Everybody is out to crush this motherfucker. Like everybody is out to crush the black female. They call her B Dubs now. That's what they call
Mm.
her. He's the only one talking to them, helping them. Not the only one, but he's the main one, and he's the main one at the same time. And I'm just like, if anybody else get anywhere close, you're gonna see it. It's gonna be they're gonna be begging for Kevin Samuels a year.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But see, also Kevin Samuels, he was an older man. So because he was an older man, Kevin Samuels actually remind me of like one of my older uncles, telling me to get your life together. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. See, it's like it's new to y'all, but it's not new to a person like me because I've always been accepted amongst affluent men or productive men. So the stuff he say is light stuff. That's not heavy shit. Like none of this stuff. I've never heard him say anything. I'm like, oh, that's tough. That's not nothing. You listen, y'all like Shahrazad Ali has said that y'all have just been protected. You do not
Yeah.
know how vicious men actually are. One, that little shit that he does, my mentor said shit a billion times tougher than that to me. And I'm like, he treated my generation, he treated my generation like babies. We got coddled the most. So I don't have any, you can't, I'm letting you know that you can't be a man. You can't be, because
The problem is, you have for so long she's been able to just outright be a beast, just disgusting to everyone else. I don't
Yep.
even like to deal with her. Like if I'm going to some type of administrative office to handle any type of business, and they always have her out in the front,
Mm-hmm.
and she thinks she's running everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm simply telling her like, look, I want your supervisor, not the
Mm-hmm.
one that looked like you, but the one that is the European man, the one that's signing the checks. That's who I want. And if it's a Asiatic, black owned woman business, a lot of times I don't even want to deal with them
Yep.
because I mean, we are the worst to each other.
Yeah.
So I've seen women talk so down to men. I'm just like, I hear it when they're talking to their sons, their
Mhm.
grandsons. I watch the way that they do it to their husbands, to their brothers, their fathers, and I'm just like, why do you talk to like I always look at like my nephew, the way that some of the women that he deal with, the way they talk to him, I'll be looking at him like, yo, you crazy. I ain't raised you like that. You better leave her. I did not raise you to be verbally and physically abused because majority of them are bigger. Most of the women are bigger than the men.
Yep.
And they're putting hands on, look, my stepdaughter, she beats up all of her children's fathers. It's not even funny.
What?
I mean, straight drags them. And it's like he loves it. Like I asked my husband one day, like probably like 2 weeks ago, me and my husband was talking about it, and it was like, hey, dude, you think that he enjoys being physically and verbally, emotionally abused by her? My husband was like, he gotta be. Because the stuff that she does to him, there is no way that a man would allow a woman to do that. I'm watching these women, and these women are becoming harder than the men. It is a problem, it is a huge issue. And a lot of it begins with not the grandmother, but the great grandmother, the one who had 4 or 5 husbands with 15 children. She was the issue. She was the one who jumped it off. Ever since then, it's been a decline.
Yep.
It's crazy. Right now, I'm doing my family's history going on ancestry.com. And it was like trying to find my grandmother and her father and her mother was like trying to looking for like she was a ghost. It's crazy. Like I had to use my uncle who was in the military to actually find something substantial.
Mm.
And my grandmother, she was born in the 30s. So there should be no reason why shouldn't be able to go in and just find the information and I can link up and get her father's information and her mother's information. It was crazy. Like she raised my mother and my uncle to believe that her mother and her father was some strangers that lived in a boarding house with her.
What?
Yo, it's crazy. And then looking on my father's side, it's so when I look at my grandmothers on my mother's side and my father's side, it's just like, y'all had to do better than this. Y'all had to. I don't care. Like both of my grandmothers. I don't care what nobody said. When it came to being financially stable, they were both financially stable, whether they had a husband or they did not have a husband. They all owned their own properties. They all had this. They went on their 2 weeks of vacation annually. That was set But when it comes to a husband and being stable in the home, it was always, oh, you married for a couple years, then you divorce. You married for a couple years, then you divorce. You married for a couple years, and then you divorce. It is sad.
It's sampling. It's a sample life. You're sampling. I'm got no no main course, nothing main. Everybody sampling. Savannah say the verbal abuse alone from black mothers is enough to damage a child for life.
Oh my
Listen,
goodness.
listen. On YouTube, right? Shout out to True Freeman because it's he introduced me to this world of YouTube doxing. I'm like, you have this community in YouTube. They to attack you when like going far is doxing somebody, nigga. That's what we go through every day in our community with the so-called black female as a mother. Every day you get doxxed. You don't do what she wants you to do. The church know, your aunts know, your uncle
Everybody.
know, the streets. You get doxxed every day, all day. That's a normal thing. Verbal abuse, your rep. They destroy. I mean, they'll destroy your credit. They'll destroy your name. 10 years old, your name is already trashed and tarnished.
Oh yeah, Ty
Everywhere.
Warner already know who you are.
Facts. Chicks I don't even know. I be going to family functions. Chicks I don't even know. You be going? You be doing that? You what? Being a hood dude too. You know me and I don't know you, nigga. I'm like, yeah, I gotta get the fuck away from you. I gotta get away from you. That shit ain't, man. That's no joke, man. That's not like a light thing. With Savannah, what you brought up is important, man. The verbal abuse, man. Yeah, like my son, like the stuff I say to him, he say it back to me with such a smile on his face. He takes so much pride in what we talk about. So for me to sit and embarrass him, like I've never had a situation where I'm telling somebody else, especially not in front of him, something bad he did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like, or him making a mistake. He takes so much pride in it. If I tell him I love him, if I tell him you're doing a great job, if I tell him you are noble, I call him, y'all call me noble. I've been calling this boy noble his whole life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And
Facts.
he mean that. Like he means something to me. Yeah, yes. You know what I'm saying? And I we talk all the time. For me to take my mouth and attack my son, I'll attack him with you. Hey boy, you not do. I don't even curse at the boy. If I even get upset, if I raise my voice, he's gonna be. It breaks his heart. So I just, and this is a boy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a dad. So imagine a little girl, like my God. I'm 36 years old. I'm in Baltimore. I've watched north of 50 times what I'm about to explain. What I haven't ever seen from any other race or any other nationality of women or whatever, for a mother to look at her toddler and call her a bitch
Yep.
in public
All the time.
and smack the shit out of her.
Yep.
Bitch, come on. The baby, 1 or 2 years old, max speed, one,
A
2 miles
mile
an hour.
behind them.
I couldn't
Walk.
rock it, man.
Yeah, walking a mile behind them. Like it's just crazy. You know, I was born in the Bronx in the 80s, and my mother always said to me that was the era when they was actually kidnapping children left and right. So she had to keep an eye on me. It would never be a time where my mother would ever have me and my siblings walking a mile behind them,
Oh,
talking about come on. Like we couldn't even get away. Like we was literally right there, hip to hip. There was not ever a time where, we're out in the public and you see my mother and then you see us a mile away and my mother talking about come on, you
no,
taking too long. But
no. It's come on.
now
It's
that
come
is
on, bitch.
the norm. It's just crazy when I see these mothers do this. Like I see mothers do it so much where I see men in the community who will grab the child and run up to the mother and give the child to the mother. It's just sad.
This is the worst generation that ever exists. What we've allowed in this lifetime is we are in a Bible verse or Surah right now. We're gonna be in the future Bible 1,000 years from now. We're gonna be in it. We're gonna be in it
Facts.
if we don't change it. I mean, it'll be mentioned either way. This is people just sleeping on how horrible this. This is horrible, man. These numbers, these research that I've done the last year and a half, man, it's depressing. It's seriously depressing. These are the worst mothers in the history of the planet. It ain't nothing in history or in the Bible like them. Woo! Do you know how many women? Could you just imagine how many so-called adult females had to sit at Mother's Day at the breakfast with her mother that sold her pussy?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I had to watch her get celebrated. I said this
Mm-hmm.
earlier. Having a black mother is forced Stockholm syndrome because you are forced to love your oppressor or love your
Mm-hmm.
kidnapper.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Mm, mm, Let me look at look at this chat. Savannah says they stay calling out little girls fast because she's being raped. Yeah, this stuff gets me so heated. Yeah, these little behaviors don't come from nowhere, man. They babies they will mimic Baby Shark. Do. Why is they grinding on you? Why? Or holding your face trying to kiss you? Somebody was doing something to them.
Exactly.
Maxim, I be watching and wanting to beat them for them. Yeah, no respect at all. These let me step back. All these the same runs. They're the same ones that run the street today, causing chaos. Absolutely. Greg S says that's ironic. I'm in the Safeway, and the sister called the seafood guy a bitch at the register yesterday. Yesterday here in Baltimore, he was in Baltimore yesterday. Savannah says it's black women who continue to protect and enable these curses. Listen, I'm gonna get to that. All right, no, you got on your real page. You said Arnell Bay says, for, we definitely got to change our conditions seriously. Absolutely. Supreme 10 says the absolute worst stewards of children, the American black woman, aka Baby Mama Terrorist, BMT 1000. Shout out to Thomas Sotomayor. That's what we call it. Yeah, I call him. I'm gonna show you what I call him. This is how I spell it. It's a spell. It's a spell to de-spell. I don't be doing spells, but I know how to de-spell. That's what I call him. And actually, it's another word too. I look this word up so I see what it is. So.
And one of the things that I'm noticing lately is the hate, like the self hate
Mhm.
and the anger that they have against themselves, because I'm starting to notice like there's more and more of us that's going to prison now for gang and gun violence.
Yeah, yeah. The number one killer of our people gonna be domestic violence. Within the next 5%, it's gonna be one of the fastest growing crimes.
You said strong, independent
That
victims.
shit is hilarious.
Oh my goodness.
That shit is hilarious. Savannah says these women speak death into their children, calling them retarded and slow, just because they fail to teach them the basic skill, the basic life skills. They don't spend no time with them at doing homework. Look, why y'all want to do a test? It's me and you up here. It's 10 people in the chat. Yo, I challenge you for the next 90 days, 30, 60 to 90 days. When you get access to a child, ask that child what their dream is, and then ask their mother. It's one of the craziest shits in the world. They don't even fucking talk to children. Ask the child what their dream is, and then ask their mother. I know what my son's dream is. He wants to play soccer. So we're gonna go play soccer. This weekend we're gonna play soccer in the backyard. That's what we're gonna do. Watch this. I asked my goddaughter the same thing. She kept saying, "I want to be a police officer." Then she said, "I want to be a firefighter." I drove her, I think, 23 miles to do this training. She told me that when she was a little girl, and then became 18. I drove like 20 something miles, southeast, no, southwest of Baltimore. It was in a county. It was close to It was this little fire station. It wasn't Silver. It was close to the damn, I forgot. Not Arbutus. It's that mall. I forgot that. I don't ever go to it. I'll be forgetting about it. You know them all. The one the drug dealers be going to. That's close to
Talking
DC.
about like Whitemarsh,
Not White Mouse, the opposite. Southwest.
Glen Burnie, like going towards Glen Burnie area.
Yeah, what's the name of that mall?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah, that one. It was close to that area.
That's how
They,
about like the Amazon, right?
a little further than that.
Mm-hmm.
But their dreams change. Their dreams will change. But the mothers don't know because they're not interested. Black females are not mothers. They're breeders. They don't want to be mothers. They want some shit. They can't tell them no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They
And
want to be.
again, remember that is the doll baby effect. You know,
Yes.
our mothers gave us the
Facts.
doll baby, but didn't give us instructions with the doll baby. So we, in our minds, because we didn't have instructions on how to interact with the doll baby, we
Hmm.
thought that the doll baby's supposed to do everything that we did. So if the doll baby didn't talk back to us, didn't listen to us, you know, we tried to feed the doll baby and the doll baby didn't eat. The only thing that we did was yell at the doll baby, scream at the doll baby, and beat the doll baby. But again, we was given a toy, not told and given the understanding that it's a toy and it can't talk back. It can't physically interact with you. So don't think that it's going to do the same thing that you're supposed to do. It's crazy.
And
But that's the training that we receive as young girls.
and the doll baby don't grow. And
Exactly.
they get so upset when these babies become preteens. They become pre-adults. And this not the same little thing you can manipulate no more.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the same thing with the men. They don't like that the men got a decision to make. They hate that. They want to be able to even when you dating them and you talking to them, it's just they want to eliminate your choices. They hate that you have choice. But see, when you're not human, when you 3/5 of a person, when your identity is a derogatory, when you're saying that you are so dark that you're black, when your identity is a derogatory, you'll fall for anything. You'll fall for anything. You have to make everybody like you, which the
Fact,
black people.
Savannah. Savannah said that's why they keep having so many kids. They keep hoping the next one will fill the void. Exactly.
Nobody can fill a void that you are presently creating. Because what you gonna do the next day? XL Pro says, I feel sorry for these children. We need to call the police. Call the police. Because what will happen is more than most of them, and we need to see what will change when we see a 40% increase in incarceration rate for these mothers abusing their children. What will happen is when we first start doing it for the first 6 to 18 months, nothing's going to happen. But they'll get tired of going and showing up when you start making those calls. And then they'll start to realize, oh, we missing out on arrest. Because like I said earlier, shaming them ain't gonna change anything. It's when they actually lose shit, that's when the problem gonna stop. That's when the problem. That's when you'll see their behavior change. When you realize, oh, I can go to school for calling my child a bitch. I can go to jail for. I said school with jail. I said school with substitute to jail. That's how low I think it's.
That is Joe.
It is.
You're right because see what happens is the calls that they receive, right? They have to fill a quota. And if they begin to see like, oh well, I can get this arrest quota fulfilled just by taking these calls of these abusive mothers.
Mm-hmm.
So now I don't even have to go out and harass people in cars anymore. I just show up for the abusive mothers. And now I'm actually making money for everybody. The state is going to be proud of me. I'm going to be rewarded. I'm going to get a really big bonus at the end of the year because I didn't attach another ward to the state. The mother now loses all her welfare benefits. Most likely she's going to lose that Section 8 or that project housing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a win-win situation for the government.
Yeah.
It's crazy because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, they're gonna be winning.
A
You know
lot of.
how hard it is to get a case out of juvenile court.
Mm.
It is extremely hard once you are in that juvenile court system with those children. It is extremely
Oh,
to
they
get
don't.
out of that situation.
That's a That's an annuity.
Look,
That's an annuity for them when
the
they get
state
one.
don't want to give up that ward. I can tell you.
No, they want their funding. Absolutely not. They want their funding. They try to make that quota too. Greg, I said I texted my daughter when Kevin passed. They have the same initials, and she's also a content creator. She knows her mother scapegoated me. However, that's where her loyalty lies. 24 now. That shit is a tragedy, bro. There's so many stories. Like, it's a common thing, and it's just like we just take that shit as just, oh, Monday becomes Tuesday, where a child is, like I said, Stockholm syndrome. Got these, they've got it in their mind that it's okay to keep the child away from the dad, reduce the amount of protection, reduce the amount of love that the child can get, the potential or actual protection and love that the child can get, reduce it, bind and limit the child and restrict the child to just them, then guilt trip the child that they raised them, then also program the child that that child can't buck them, but they just bucked the dad where they got the child from. And then when they fail, oh, his father should have stepped up and be a man. He should have stepped up. Fuck, I'm supposed to step up when you step to the side, bitch. I well, I'm gonna step up. If I step up, that's not in the direction you took the child. And this is coming from a person. My mom didn't keep me from my dad. My dad went to jail. And when he got out, I was around my dad. So it's not no personal problem that I got. I ain't grow up like that. I just know this shit wrong. And the rest of y'all know this shit wrong. And nobody says anything. Like, it's okay. Then when one of these boys get out in the street and somebody like me hurt him, then I what? I'm the bad guy? You turned me into a bad guy because you was a bad mother the whole time? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. What am I supposed to do when he think he got a million chances to talk to an older man or a man? I'm not. Men don't give you 6 and 7 and 14 times. I'm not about to keep fucking talking to you 2 or 3 times. I'm telling you the one time, and then I'm gonna fuck you up. You with your mother, you got 6 and 7. The second your mother, everybody knows this. Mothers are a joke to children. Everybody knows this.
Mm-hmm.
You get when she tells you got another 6 or 7 times because she don't raise you based off what makes sense. She raise you based off how she feel. If she don't feel like getting up because she just ate the ice cream or she about to eat crabs later, you got 6 or 7 more times to keep playing with her.
Mm-hmm.
It's a joke. They don't care what no mother say. Everybody know that. Everybody know that. We all know this. It don't matter what she say. I got another 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, I mean, because you not only that you have another 6 or 7 times, but you really become numb to even the physical and the verbal and emotional abuse.
Yeah. Yeah, bitch, this and that. Get the fuck. Y'all about to
Like,
get
what
the
else
fuck.
can you say? You've outgrown all of your options of negativity that you can actually express to me about me. Like, I've heard it again over and over and over and over. Like, say, can you come up with something new? Yeah, you begin to carry on that type of attitude with them because they're redundant. It's like they run out of at a certain point in time. It's like they just run out of creativity.
They've run out of catchphrases because their minds work off catchphrases. What Supreme Ten say? He says, according to the DSM, Diagnostic Statistical Manual, the book psychiatrists use to look up disorders needs to classify being an American Black woman as a mental disorder. Because it's exactly what it is, bro. I'm telling you. That's why I worded the way. That's why I spell it the way I spell it, bro. Because it's every word in this, just other than male, is satanic. It's mind-boggling. It's some fictional creature. Like so, Pro says, the government wants to separate fathers from family unit and control mothers and kids, creating sheep. Absolutely, there's no order. They look, y'all. This is you got 2 people up here to study law intimately. Law comes from written law, constitutions, treaties. That comes from universal law. That's the foundation. Because people, at a minimum, it comes from natural law because people have basic needs. And that's just that. And your body comes from the planet operates the way it's supposed to be, and that's it, man. So if I destroy the order, I have you in disorder, what if there's no order, then I can come and give order. Then I walk around give you orders. That's why the judge think he can order you to do shit. Literally. Or a police officer. I just met you today. You work a job. You're not an elected official. Why the fuck you think I gotta do what you tell me to do? You know? Like I had a conversation with Nathan Daly, who was supposed to have been a cop that was a former cop in with the state of Georgia, if not Atlanta itself. I explained it, and he was talking about he was supposed to have been rebutting Sister Goddess, saying that the modern police officers didn't come from slave catchers.
Oh my goodness. So where
This
did it come from then?
this is how I destroy people with fake. I said okay. I said okay. What need would they have for the police? Even though the slave catchers precedes, and he admits this, the slave catchers precedes the police. What need would they have for either one when the sheriff exists? He existed. They didn't. There was no real need for the police because the sheriff was there and he could deputize. So why was he needed? So all that was the police officers was just rebranded slave catchers, wasn't it? Okay. I'm telling you, there's nobody on YouTube. There's nobody in the manosphere that can debate with me. I will crush any and everybody. You can't play them weak ass games with people that know how to research, people that know how to think, especially those of us that's been trained. That's what he said. You know what I'm saying? So we understand law, we know what the foundation is, and we know it's a disorder. Just like I said this before, I forgot which video I said this in. I said when you meet people, you're met with an organ. Just when you see people, you're met with an organ, and you know through common sense from being an adult, it's organs in the front and it's organs on the inside of their body and it's organs in the back. So every person you're meeting is organized. So all people need is organization. That's the foundation of people. You need an organization. You need a system. My mentor says success, which each person you meet is an organization, is somebody that's organized, right? And each person you meet comes from an organization. They come from their mom. They come from they come from their dad, and they come through their parents and grandparents and great grandparents, right? So every person you meet is a successful organization because they're a successor. My mentor said success is a process. When you cheapen the process, you cheapen the product. So if the process is you come out of your dad, you go into your mom, right? That means dad precedes the mom. If the Bible said make he man and she female, you come from your dad and you come. That's the order. If God made Adam and then made Lilith, the man comes first, the woman comes second. There's a reason for that. If God made Eve from Adam, Adam comes first, Eve. So they're trying to create disorder.
I mean, it's definitely it's the order. So even you're going back to Genesis, um, in that first and second chapter. In the first chapter, well, in the second chapter, it talks about um, the creation story of man, right? And it literally says that God made man, which was us.
Yes, us.
Right?
Facts.
Made man in the likeness and in the image, right, of God. And then it says the image of God created he, him, and then him created male, female, them.
Facts. That's
So
exactly.
you have God, us creating the image, or well, creating man, and then you have man creating the image, and then you have the image creating them, male and female. This is before you even get into Lord God,
Right.
the
Facts.
landlord that's now creating Adam and Eve and everybody else.
That's facts. That's a lot of stuff. Man, we're gonna go through that and break that. There's so much stuff in Genesis 1 and Genesis 2. Bro, it's oh my God, it's so much stuff. I still haven't left it. Because I can't, as every question I have is there. Because you're gonna get the law or you're gonna get the order. The answers in both. So I need to go back. This is the 1 hour 43 minutes into the live. You need to go back and listen to what she just said. She gave you so much, it's mind boggling. Told you a lot of shit in a short period of time. The
Yeah.
Anunnaki, I knew Naki was in what she just said.
Yeah. So even with the creation, right? There was
Mhm.
boundaries. So you have boundaries of night and day, light and dark,
Yep.
right? The firmament,
Hmm.
the water. The only reason why Adam and Eve actually came about was because there was no one to till the land. That's what it actually said. There was no one to till the land.
Right.
So they had to create someone to now live in this agrarian society, this agricultural society, because this is how all societies function. They start off as agriculture, like all societies. In order for it to properly function, it has to function as a agricultural society. This is why I don't understand. No matter what nation you say you're a part of, if you receive your food source from anything that you don't create yourself, then you're not a nation. You're just a slave. And I don't care who doesn't like it. I don't care what people think. And oh well, we was here first, and this is our land, and this. You can't even tell me how many square miles within the just the border of the city that you live in. You can't tell me how many lakes, how many ponds, how many homes
Hmm.
that's on the tax rolls within the city that you live in. So stop telling me about you actually own the land
Right. Yeah.
and you ain't got no patent. You don't even own a property.
Indeed.
But you keep talking about how we was kings and queens and like the names that we give ourselves. It's just ridiculous. Like you can't even live out all of those attributes. That's cap.
You can't even. You gotta think somebody like I've been thinking about this again. It goes back to health. I want to get to this part where I showed that this dude is sick. Now the second part I validated. You got people that want these titles that really mean landlord, that really means steward, that really means that you're solvent, right? Let me move my camera up a little bit. But you can't control the 6 inches between your ears. You can't control this.
Right. Naeem said, how can you own something that you know very little about?
Indeed.
Exactly. You
Indeed.
don't even know. Okay. It's the crazy part about it is for the majority of us, we don't even know. We wouldn't even know when the new season is about to come in.
Right.
Like the reason why most of us know that it's a new season is because of social media. Because people are posting, happy winter solstice, happy autumn. Like other than that, it's crazy because guess what? For most of us, we don't own a farmer's almanac.
Right.
For the majority of us, we don't even know how much rain is really needed where we live in order to even have the vegetation to
Yep.
grow at a healthy rate. So
Yes.
we wouldn't even know if we was in a drought or not.
Mm. Mm. Shit.
This is how dumbed down we've gotten.
Yeah.
It's like we don't understand anything.
We don't
But
even.
we know everything with love and hip hop. We know all about the housewives. We can sit here and drag Kevin Samuels, may he rest in peace, on the internet all day, looking crazy. We can we can feed our children every day because we think we better now, so we don't really go to McDonald's like we used to, but we go to Chick-fil-A. So my
Oh, yeah,
child gonna get Chick-fil-A today,
man.
so we think we doing something.
Yeah,
My child gonna get Chipotle today, so we think we doing something.
man.
We think we've arrived, like we're better now.
You spiffy when you go to Chick-fil-A.
You've just spent an hour of your time because we don't really understand that our time actually means something. So you spend an hour of your time in the line for Chick-fil-A.
Yo, them lines be crazy, bro. I don't know how y'all do it.
It's like crack lines.
The Krispy Kreme shit lit. That line lit. The fucking Starbucks line be lit, man. That's got to
Bro,
be
my
drugs, bro.
Starbucks, I put my order in before I get to Starbucks.
Yo, I'm just like, yo, I went vegan just in time because I don't know what I never seen no line like other than McDonald's in the hood. The McDonald's in the hood around certain times be lit. Definitely be lit in terms of how big the line be. But man, I'm going vegan just in time to get out of the race because y'all ain't gonna have me on drugs. Them lines be crazy.
It's the dope line. It's like the first of the month. It's, like Chick-fil-A got the best pack in the whole hood. Like Chick-fil-A
The
is
back,
the plug.
they got the best pack. Hold on, I had to get you. Hold on, wait. Make sure y'all subscribe to Sis, man. I know y'all people be loving you. I'm telling you, all type of people. I love when Sis on. I said, listen, y'all can get this work. So definitely subscribe to that channel. Yeah, that's where you put most of your stuff, right? Moving Without Motions.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, definitely subscribe. She got some fire coming out here. Let me hold on. Let's put the subscribe clip up.
Yeah.
Spiffy. No, we spiffy now. Where we at? Oh no, I put the wrong shit up. Yeah, man, it's just so much to get into. Oh, she said the Popeyes line. Chris, yeah, yep. She said the Popeyes line. One second, let me look at this. Let me get that. Okay, getting back up. Krispy Kreme, Chick-fil-A, Chipotle. Yeah, Chipotle be lit too. That should be wrapped around the That should be wrapped around the building.
Thanks to Instagram.
Thanks to Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't got Instagram. I don't. I ain't on there like y'all. Y'all lit. I can't fuck with it.
And like 10 years ago, nobody was even checking for Chipotle like that.
I remember when Krispy Kreme just came out, or just came to Baltimore, like 20 years ago. Like, was it like 20 years ago? I think it was like 20 years ago. A long time ago. I know I was still a teenager. That shit was lit. We say I eat the Aldi's salmon just about every day. My stomach can't take fast food anymore. Yeah, it be like that. And let me see. Let's look at this real quick. Let's look at this. I want to show that other part where he was sick. Tell me, can you hear this?
I'm a licensed therapist, and I'm certain.
I can hear it.
That sound good?
Mm-hmm.
It's not echoing?
Mm-mm.
Okay, all right. That's right.
Serving our community.
You're a licensed therapist, and you know just like I know. I deal with therapists all the time, and Black people are not in therapy at any large level.
I agree, and I love that you promote it. It's becoming destigmatized, but we, of all people, we need it the most, and especially our women as well, and how to relate to our Black men. There is a level of decorum that's missing, but again, I feel like it's misguided self-expression because of all the oppression and just the day-to-day microaggressions, all the things that we have to deal with. This is a way to kind of,
I'm trying, ma'am. The way you talk removes accountability from women.
Mm-hmm.
Misguided expression. Bullshit. You get away with it.
Facts.
We have one-way aggression and violence in our community. It goes from women to men. Men are not allowed full expression. That's why so many women get upset with my show, because I actually have the nerve to bark back.
Yeah, you do.
Because what you're saying, even for the truth in it, you are trying to expand it to where it covers a lot of things. No, what are you doing about it? Where was all this misguided expression when we had Jim Crow, segregation, lynching, and all that other kind of stuff? When we, prior to 1965, when we were mad at the rate of 80%, what was all that misguided expression in?
It's a devastating question. Devastating. What the fuck was that shit at? It's just devastating. I like asking devastating questions. It's a bullshit ass fucking statement. It's just they programming to do exactly what he said. I'm from Liberty Heights in Winooq, Northwest Baltimore. I know criminals when I see them. Niggas' whole game plan is to get away with it. Mm-hmm. That's their whole shit. That's why we call you females. Because your whole shit is into escapism, and guises, and cover. Like a female to blend in. Mm-hmm. You always gotta look for an escape route. Yep. That shit is so fucking disrespectful and it makes no sense, man. Yep.
We actually had real institutionalized colored whites. Where was all then?
You said institutionalized.
You're right. You're right. There were a lot.
Institutionalized colors. Oh my goodness. That is funny.
Hold up. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Looking at this.
That's what I'm saying. Like he has so much class.
Yeah, he got more place than me. I ain't gonna say a lot to you. I ain't got to listen. I'm gonna
so much old school decorum. Like he was never calling us niggas and just calling us all types of degraded. Like he said what it really was, but he came from it from an aspect of an old school uncle. I'm laughing. He said institutionalized colors. Like, what is that?
Hey,
that's something out of the what? Out of the Jim Crow era? Like, what is that?
Because just like I want to shout out down south, Yella. Appreciate you for the $5 cash app, bro. Thank you. Thanks for supporting the channel. Yeah, definitely.
More checks and balances in place. There was a lot more of a real threat. Like you get out of line and you're gonna lose a life.
No, ma'am. No, what I'm saying was, where's all the misguided expression from women to men back when we had real racism in your face?
Yeah, no,
that's why that's why I call bullshit on your example.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you become more free, you become more problematic.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Begin to institute the thing that they have felt like it's so much for them, which is the system in the man, right? The system in the man have made them feel so comfortable. So it's going to take the system in the man to put them in their place. Like you said, if we begin to be Karens out here, every time they're out here abusing their children, they say something out of line to their children. Look, I am witnessing child abuse at the moment.
Yep. Yep. That's it. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. My mentor told me, don't try to be reinvent the wheel.
Not at all.
Reinvent the
You
wheel.
see
No.
how the you see how Candace Owens pulled up on the chick for Black Lives Matter. Now she want to cry. Like, Candace Owens came to my house and she's trying to harm me. But you out there with everybody talking about defund the police, burning down cities, and you're not scared of them, and they in full out military riot gear. And you're not afraid of them, but you scared of Candace Owens coming to the Black Lives Matter property, because that property is not in your name. That property is in Black Lives Matter. So she's coming to do an interview to find out, why does Black Lives Matter have $1 million property?
And what does it do with it?
What is it like? So is this a museum where everybody can come in and pull up?
Candace pulled up like a G. Right.
And she's on the internet. Now she's on the internet crying like, "Oh my goodness, Candace is trying to harm me and my child and my girlfriend."
I haven't seen that. I haven't heard the call. I've been out. That's
She
why
was crying crocodile tears.
No her Karen shit.
She living in a neighborhood where ain't no Asiatics in. Like, she got so far away from us.
We are almost two different races. Our black women are women.
Yeah.
We can't make a demand. We can't even ask you to smile.
This is where it get bad and it go off the rails. It go really bad. It go and not that they arguing. It's just in terms of principle. Because I give the sister credit. She fought through her programming throughout this, and you'll see it that and gave the truth. But it's about to get brutal. Huh?
Look at her. Look. Hold on. Look at her facial expression. You can tell at her expressions that she's feeling very uncomfortable because of the truth. Because he's not saying anything that is not the truth right now. He said, "We can't even ask you to smile. You ask one of these black women to smile. Is what for? What I gotta smile at you for? You trying to holler at me? You trying to talk to me? Like, shorty, you walking around mean mug. I'm just trying to give, help brighten up your day. I'm trying to help you to change that energy."
Listen, y'all better than me. I don't say shit to him at all. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Nah, I used to be a gentleman, do all that. I get the bags for you. Nah, if I ain't working, I help you. If it ain't money, I'm not. Listen, keep it corporate. I'm gonna do a whole video on this. Keep it corporate. Keep it pushing. A video. I ain't gonna do a lot. I'm gonna do a video because I need y'all. It's like a little book. Keep it corporate. Keep it pushing. You gotta exclude them out your public. You gotta exclude them out your private and personal life. I'm good on it. The sister credit. She fought through her programming throughout this, and you'll see it that and gave the truth. But it's about to get brutal.
He said, Candace pulled up like a Jeep.
Yeah, say that. Want us to protect you. Are you all in it? What do you think? What do you say? No. Before you answer this question, by the way you see the ethnic image of black women acting towards black men, are black women our women? Not aspirationally, by the results, by what you see.
Not aspirationally, by what I see. Not aspirationally. I feel like yes, we definitely
I asked you what you see and what you feel. Ma'am, are you going to actually tell me by what you see, black women act like they belong to black men?
We we need a lot of mentoring.
Yes.
And so I'm gonna say
no. You already starting the beatboxing. See,
You listen. This is short your lifespan right here. That shit right there stress you out. That shit right there, all that gymnastics she was just doing. She said that figure. Look. I can't take that, bro. That's too much. That right there, I'd have had a conniption fit and cussed her ass out.
Subjective variable. See, when you ask a question, the boxes them in, they don't want to call, they don't want to hold sister to the task, so they're gonna start breakdancing. Yes or no, man? You're a professional, right? A healthcare professional, right?
I am. But
answer the question as a professional. Yes or no?
Do our women look like it?
You heard the question 3 times.
I'm gonna say. That's tough. That's tough. Because the answer is yes.
I'm telling you, he was the GOAT. I'm telling you, he was the GOAT. He would back them up in the corner so they would either just tap out or cuss them out. It was either or. There was no scapegoating on none of no.
Look at the pain in his face. It looked like you. This is like
I'm just disgusted. Here it is. You're a professional, and even you, as a professional, will not keep it all the way real. And you talking about you healing folks. Stop.
That's your brother. Every woman I'm trying to introduce him to, that's how he treat them, just like that.
You already know, Grand Sheik. You know how I do. they gonna try to say I copied him. That's fine.
They say he think he better than us.
Right.
He is.
Showing up, dude. Well, shout it out. I do.
He
is. That's the only I do. Y'all gonna get out of me. And showing up, I think I'm better than you. Showing up, dude. I don't give a fuck. You gonna be sad ass, not gonna be.
The answer is yes. We belong to you. Like y'all, yes, y'all are for us, and we are for you.
Black men. I want you to understand. Black men, hold on, man. Black men, I want you to understand how you felt when you saw her struggling to try to get this lie out of her mouth.
That
is the link. You go back to the comment section. Go to the time of date stand. Go there and look at what the black men say. I know what I felt here.
The question becomes, why would we respect you? Why would we even so much as respect you as a human being? Or you'll sit fucking in front of us and lie to our face like we're a piece of shit. It's a 52-year-old man. Me at 35 years old. Being what? Coming from what? 3-4 generations of hitmen? 3. Break the generational curse, and I have somebody sitting in my fucking face, brown like me, and lying to me like that? Why would I have respect for you? Like the little dumb niggas that need you, that's on parole and shit, can't do shit. I get that. But why would a man who's self-reliant need you? Why would we respect you when you do stupid shit like this? Oh, man. This shit is fucking disrespectful. This shit happens all day, every day. Yep. Unless you just stop talking to them. Yep. Everybody that's a human being knows that she fucking lying right now. She don't believe shit she talking about. So you'll protect an abusive person, abusive female's feelings over the respect. Jesus.
Oh my God.
No, man, because I know
my fucking blood pressure went up. I know it's a spoiler.
And the answer is, I can objectively say, no, you're not. And I can say it, but you don't want to admit what we can see. If you look at what the men are saying, they're saying no.
Facts.
But you're still trying to tell us, yeah, we are. And the men are like, well, what world are you seeing?
Right.
It's like, y'all, and you're a professional. I'm like, answer as a professional. And you're still gonna get to the point where, like, well, yeah. Then the men don't know what they're seeing.
Yeah.
Appreciate
So
you, bro.
yes, we definitely belong to you, and we want to just improve those relationships. I feel like we just
You belong to
have
us.
a difficult.
You belong to us. You belong to us. This is what you're saying. So if that's the case, then why would a black man
Yeah.
ask a black woman to smile if she offended? If you belong to us.
Now, I disagree with being offended, but I don't
Why does a
disagree
black
that
woman
some
feel?
people aren't.
Why? Okay, offended. Whatever. What? Why does she feel put upon?
Mm.
Why does she feel like it makes a demand of her? If it's just a smile, understand, a black woman who's a femininity influencer asked her femininity group who wants to be married to black men to just smile at every black man, and she was savage for months. You know this is common, man. If black women truly belong to black men, as you say they do, why do black women feel put upon by simply being asked to smile at black men? And here's the problem: if we can't have real conversations,
Hey, Savannah, what's wrong with you? I don't know what means business is funny to me, but that's just hilarious.
with our women, because I'm gonna tell you something, man. Black men know you're lying.
Facts.
They know you're conflicted. Man, look in the comment section. The black men know you're not being honest.
Right.
And black, I think honestly, I think black men want relationships with black women more than black women want relationships with black men. Because when asked this question, you're speaking aspirationally.
You know what? That's right there. That is a whole lot in itself. Because men want relationships with them. Women, females want a consumer experience. Y'all done turn a relationship into a fucking Zales commercial or a fucking Newport commercial or a Heineken commercial or a Budweiser commercial. It's just some stupid consumer experience to get some 30-second rush. That,
Now,
oh, I could get it too.
that's factual. Like when I was in high school, like my older cousins was telling me that I couldn't have a boyfriend unless he bought me something for Valentine's Day. He
Yeah.
had to go and blow a bag for my birthday. Like, oh, he got you something. What? Oh, he didn't get you. What? You ain't got no Versace? No Versace? You got what? Oh, he got you Michael Kors. Oh no, you got to get rid of him. We don't do Michael Kors no more.
You gotta blow that bag.
You turn. It's like soft prostitution. It's wild. Yeah, XO Pro. Tommy would have been, man. I'd have snapped on her ass by now. I can. She seemed like a good person. She just a damn flesh drawn. Appreciate you, down south yelling. He said I've been binge watching your videos, and listening to Law of Diminishing Intent yesterday. Thank you, bro. That I put a lot of effort into that one. So I got Law of Resonance is coming next. That one gonna be fire. Start recording probably like next week. Get that shit going. We're gonna get into Law of Diminishing Intent. But yeah, this is this right here. This comment is worth it. I'm glad to go back over this video. It's a lot of good stuff in here.
Men are saying, no, you're not ours. And they can see you struggling. But you're going to find a way to rejigger this to make it make sense. And men are saying, you are not ours. We can't even ask you to smile at us.
Okay. So, brothers, we love you. Let me just tell you.
No. Before we get to that, we need truth.
Okay.
Yeah. Facts.
Can you honestly say that greater than 50% of the adult black females act and move as though they belong to black men?
Yeah.
No. And I'm going to answer. Can I rebuttal to that?
Go ahead.
You gonna rebuttal your own shit? Wait, what? You gonna rebuttal your answer?
I don't feel like
I missed that.
the majority necessarily act like they belong to any man, though. So it's not like we're ditching them.
But you can rebuttal that, man, but you're only supposed to belong to one.
Yes.
See, that's that
Absolutely.
subjective variable bullshit. That's not an answer, man. Black men don't want to hear that. We don't belong because you don't expect every man to protect you.
On law.
When somebody's going upside your head, you ain't asking Brad, Lee, Ahmed, Enrique, protect us.
Mhm.
You asking a black man to protect you.
You're right.
So we don't
You're
give a
absolutely
shit if
right.
you don't feel like you belong to anybody else. White women, do white women act like they belong to white men?
Yes.
Yes or no? Do Hispanic women act like they belong to Hispanic men?
Absolutely.
Do Asian women act like they belong to Asian men?
Definitely.
Do Middle Eastern women act like they belong to Middle Eastern men?
Yes.
Do black women act like they belong to black men?
No, because she
By and
belongs to the
large,
streets. For everybody.
You for everybody.
no. But
See,
those
the fact that you had to even put a modifier on there says you are still conflicted with the reality you are seeing. There was no modifier everywhere before black people. No modifier.
100%.
And see, that's the problem. And that's the problem. Because it is going to come down to women checking women and getting you guys straight. We cannot fix you because you have no respect for us. You only respect each other. And if we can't rely on the educated of you and the intelligent of you and the learned of you to at least be honest.
You know what?
And
When
y'all don't
he
even
said
respect
that, when he said that y'all only respect each other, that's not even real.
That ain't even real.
That's not even like when the respect is no one.
No one.
It's whatever
make me feel
I
like
say, whatever I feel, and if you don't want to go along with it, then I'm going to now avow you. So now I'm going to get everyone to go against you.
doxing. Black.
Doxing, yeah.
Yep. Right.
So when I see brothers doxing, I be like, yo, fam, you was raised by her, because no man is gonna go the lengths that you're going, especially to go against another man. Like, you just gonna be like, yo, meet me at XYZ at the corner. We gonna handle this like men.
Savannah out of control. She said that's why they end up in these abusive relationships. As long as he buys her a Birkin, he can beat her
Facts. Facts.
This shit's crazy.
She don't even need a Birkin these days. She give her some bundles.
Yeah, whatever's on,
Bundles and some lashes.
Motherfucking glitter on them. She lit. Make sure them bitches is big. She looking like she's sweeping the sky walking through.
And she had to have a mink 5D, 7D. I said, man, what is the what?
This is bent. Oh yeah,
What
bro.
in the what? Those are the same lashes that they got at the Dollar Tree. I'm a 5D mink. They all the same. What is the difference?
Don't. He all look like emus. It's like little animals, little birds. Would you say XO Pro meat is money, energy, attention, time? Like GCA said. Who's GC? I'm sorry, CGA. You know what's crazy, Savannah? I was looking at just the same shit that happened in the Johnny Depp and Amber, whatever. Same fucking shit. This nigga fucking objected to his own statement in court. Like the dumbest nigga. This is the dumbest. She got the worst attorney I've ever seen in my life. That's just crazy. I just realized. I just remember that.
No, she's beyond. Like, when you talk about
That's
abuse.
Yeah.
Oh, the abuse that he went through with her, it's crazy. It is crazy.
It's so good.
Like, shorty cutting off body parts.
It was the shitting in the bed for me. That's when I'm in my bed. I'm gonna be a woman beater that day, because I'm gonna at that point. That's the day I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna just kick you. I'm gonna just kick you, and I'm probably not gonna stop no time soon. I'm gonna kick you real good. Like, you bitches, you crazy? What's wrong with you? Get up. Don't get to the toilet. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, that was real different.
Did you see her taking a bump?
Bro, she was taking a bump and getting drunk.
But she in civil court, you know, they lenient. In criminal, she'd have been out of there.
Look,
Yeah,
I'm
she'd have been out of
just like, who is smuggling the drugs for her? Because you got to go through like X-ray cameras, X-ray scans just to get in the building.
there. X-ray ain't
Who
gonna.
is smuggling the dope in the courtroom for her?
Listen, one thing you cannot underestimate is a dope fiend or crack. You can't. Yo, they will put that shit. Yo, they have no limitations. It's like you think you are creative until you run into a dope fiend or a drug addict. Like they are creative. Like they will hide. Never mind. I'm not even about to get into that. It's just I just
It's like Shorty paid a mule to come in there and drop the dope off for her.
shit. What's the matter say? Yeah, you caught me right until we all know how it's been. We know that little nasty cooch she got that cooch on drugs. So we just gonna say that and keep it pushing. Each other. That's the shit that's fucking crazy. You don't even respect each other. So that part ain't even real. I forgot. I have not watched this video since the week I made it. I haven't watched it since. You one of
Black men are sitting back saying, "Who the fuck can we rely on?" Honestly,
that's how you know he was mad because he using them cuss. Not like that. Back then.
Because I'm saying that men can't. Black men are just asking black women to be nice to us. That's it. Just be nice to us. And they can't get that in mass on a regular basis. I don't know if you ladies really understand how bad it is.
Yeah. It's horrible.
Yeah.
But then when you see a black girl get hit in the face with a skateboard, you want black men to check him because he shouldn't have hit her. There should be no violence. But then you ask yourself a question: why does this black man feel so detached from this black woman?
That he has to hit her with a skateboard in her face.
Because they can feel it. And y'all won't be honest. And it takes me asking questions this way and that way. And before I can even kind of nail the jello on the wall, and it's still, well, do you want black men to do this when it comes to talking about our obligation to you?
Right.
Do you want modifiers from us when it comes to you?
No. You ask some tough questions.
Because it needs to be asked, because I should not have to ask the motherfucking questions. Becky ain't got to ask, Brad ain't got to ask it of Becky. Lee doesn't have to ask it of Maylene. Enrique doesn't have to ask it of Marisol. Anu doesn't have to ask it of, pick a Middle Eastern name. But Keith has to ask it of Keisha.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody got to ask it. I'll take the smoke. Thank you for at least trying to be honest, man. But this is where the fuck we are.
Yeah.
That's why I got upset and said, no, when you go into the same old trope of black women do this because we're mourning for our brothers. And I'm like, whoa, I know more black men who say, I ain't got to worry about the white man. I got to worry about this woman laying next to me.
Facts.
This is my oppressor. This is my abuser. This is the one that calls CPS and child support and the white man on me when I ain't doing what the hell she think I should be doing. This is what brings the white man into my house.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Ask your brothers.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin.
See, actually, that was it. That was that part right there, because he sits. So, I'm gonna put it in the chat again.
This $79 headlamp is taking the world by storm.
You. The hell? I need you to do that. Like,
You always gotta look.
Because the link to the original video is there. When you find that part after he's done, you'll find that he he takes a break. That was what I had recognized. Like, yeah, dude is sick. Dude is definitely sick. Dude is definitely sick, and so it made me think he didn't really have that long. But I was thinking 65. I wasn't thinking the next year, but all that traveling, you know what they say about money. Money makes you more what you already are. So if you're overindulging, you know, it's get amplified when you know start the intake. What's Samantha said? She said you can tell he's speaking from the deepest part. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that conversation took a lot of them. Look, took a lot out of him, but that's the uh I think that's the best conversation. That's definitely the best conversation I've ever seen him had because the lady was being genuine, you know. So I do appreciate that. And but he's speaking to the real pain, what I'm talking about, and that's like that's what I he's speaking to the real pain, and that's what I focus on. You know, a lot of us come from Mr. Palmer channel. He talk about the baby mama terrorists, but I'd rather go deep into it and really speak about the uh specifically targeting, not well, I can say target in terms of a conversation, the motherhood of black females, which is the core. If like I said plenty of times, I said on Mr. Palmer show plenty of times, they have had custody at a rate of 80 to 92% for the last 60 years. So you are the crux, you are the foundation, you are the outputter of people. You've had custody, you've had control. So if I'm talking about men ain't this and men ain't that, who's raising them? You have had custody, you've had control. It's you. If it ain't but two shifts and I work on second shift and second shift is 80 to 90% of the store hours and stuff is fucked up, is it first shift problem or is it mine? If I'm the manager, it's me. If you got custody of them, it's your fault. But their instinct is to go, oh, don't blame the black woman. Why not? I seen the nigga shoot the gun. Don't blame the nigga that shot it. What the fuck? Who the fuck else am I supposed to blame? What are we talking about now? Shout out to Mr. Goodbread. It's just, man, I swear, no matter what we're doing, I don't care what it is you're doing anywhere in this country, until black females' motherhood is addressed, exposed for what it truly is, nothing is going to change. Everything that's horrible about our people is coming from that spot. That's the place. That's the stronghold. That's where the fight is. My mentor always said, he said, all you are is who you are when nobody looking. The movie I'll keep telling y'all to go see, Revolver, one of the things he said is, wherever you don't want to go, that's where you'll find the enemy. We refuse to address her motherhood. It is there. All of our problems are there. If I know as a black female, I can be the most despicable piece of shit person to the most innocent person on the planet, what's the incentive for me not to be a piece of shit person? I don't have no incentive not to be terrible and despicable. What's the incentive? What? I don't have to care about God. I don't have to be righteous. I can just hurt children, fuck somebody up, lie, get away with it. Like Mr. Goodbread said. I add to it. All black females do is murder, abuse, and kill children, lie, and eat crab legs. That's all they do. Their self-worth is intensely attached to being able to abuse somebody, abuse a child specifically, and get away with it. Now, of course, they extend that into adults. You watch that all the time. But where do you get this practice at? Why are you so comfortable? It's like watching somebody you don't know. Like it's like I've been in a situation where somebody you think cool, they kind of like, you kind of seen them at school, you kind of seen them at work, but then they tap you, hey, look, I stole this tasty cake. Like, yeah, nigga, why you so comfortable stealing with me? Who the fuck you be stealing with? Nah, y'all niggas crazy. That's the culture with the whole Kevin Samuels deal, right? Talk about the high value men. Talk about high value men because the red pill or whatever want to deal with them pretty women. The pretty women is the worst ones to deal with because they are the most abused. I've said this plenty of times on Mr. Palmer show. The pretty girls are the ones that's attacked the most, period, in our community, especially when they're young, because their mother knows that little girl, this is something I have to watch this with my own mother. Being Puerto Rican, whatever, got the hair, the lips, whatever. You get these mothers will see these little girls. They'll know that these little girls are going to be accepted by the same women that rejected them. And they hate that shit. They know that if they so-called monogamous, that they're gonna have to compete with their own daughter for a man. So girls are attacked, beat up, scrutinized. Then it's like they get that extreme of abuse, and then the next thing, when they get the titties, the ass, and and the hips, and they come out, now they don't have to be shit to get shit. They the worst people to be around. They're the worst people to be around. Pretty girls, chocolate, light skin, whatever, tall, short, all pretty sisters. They the worst people in the world to be around because they so beat up. They live such a fake, extreme life where you don't have to be shit to get shit. But then before you get there, and this is the real kicker. This is where they start to hate males because these same mothers will treat these little boys because they love to show the boys to the men because men we want our sons. They like to show the boy, hey, you can't have them. See, you can act to do that and praise these boys in front of these little girls, pretty or whatever. They pick these little boys up, hold them up, show them off to everybody in front of the little girls, and that's where that jealousy starts, and that's where it creeps in. Meanwhile, both of them still gonna get the shit beat out of them. And what you have to watch when your mother's a so-called black female, for most of us, 70% minimum, you get to watch this shit beat the shit out of you, attack you, and you watch, especially with these little girls, you watch how nobody comes and saves you. Nobody comes and saves you from your abuser and your kidnapper that you are forced to love. Like I just said, who knows how many women or females or sisters had to watch their abuser, their mother, get praised this weekend. So you grow up having to watch nobody come and save you. So all that happens is just like what we watched with Kevin Samuels' video. All that happens is they wait for their turn. They just want their turn to be able to abuse somebody like they got abused. And that cycle has to stop. High value man ain't gonna change that. Nationality not gonna change that. Vegan is not gonna change that. MGTOW is not gonna change that. FBA is not gonna change that. Hebrew Israelite is not gonna change that. Hotep ain't gonna change that. The Bible not gonna change that. Being lit ain't gonna change that. Putting a hot 16 ain't gonna change that. Reparations ain't gonna change that. Nothing we're doing is going to change it other than addressing them directly and exposing them for who they are. Fuck the shame shit. I already said that. Shame is black females' culture. They've been doxing for forever. They've been doxing since the freaking 1500s. They've been telling on everybody and exposing everybody since the 1500s. That shit is that's not gonna change anything. You have to actually physically take shit from them. You have to actually abandon them, get them out of your space in your own personal and private life. Keep it corporate, keep it pushing. What call it kip. KICKIP. Keep it corporate, keep it pushing. And once that stops, and then this is the other side of it is the actual people want to go healing. The healing can't even start because the number one thing that's hurting us when you get your help, the person that you get this body you got from is the main person attacking you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm on a damn rant. I ain't looking at the damn chat. Mr. Goodbread says facts. Savannah with the claps. Salute. I think something out the corner of my eye. Right, he said facts. all they know to do is lie, eat crab legs. Facts. Mr. Goodbread said facts. The red pill can only teach you how to game Liliths. They themselves do not know the virtuous woman. Facts. And if she was in front of him, he'd cheat on her or do some dumb shit because she's not his mother. Facts. He says women from the latest generation have raised the weak beta males that are simping on these women right now. Facts. Yes. Black moms fuel sipping Ralph. Absolutely. 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 It has to start there, man. You got to start at the beginning. You have to start at the beginning, man. And the beginning is when a child comes here. And I got this concept from a guy named I got this principle from a guy named Jim Rohn, and I was learning financial literacy. He says, "Where does your financial career, your financial education start?" He said it starts with a child with $1. So, what do you tell a child to do with $1? He said, for starters, we can just for a caveat, just for a principle. He said, tell the child, and I told my goddaughter this since she was 5 years old: never spend more than 70 cents out of every dollar. But that's setting down a principle for a child, knowing where the process starts. Where does nationhood starts? Where does a neighborhood start? Where does it start? It starts when a child comes there, and parents have an opportunity to be parents. But when your skin is brown and you're a male in North America, you got to fight the mom to be a parent to be a parent for the child that you gave her. That a black female who supposedly who will use society and slavery as an excuse for her failure will know that it exists, but don't have no problem reinstituting that slavery back on that same male that also applies to. So I have no problem doing that. Meanwhile, if you took that same female, put her in another situation, whereas if she took her money to the bank in a financial institution, let's say $1,000, and then her money grew to $1 million. Her money grew from $1,000 to $1 million. Should the bank be able to keep her shit? Because principally it's the same. The man busted inside her vagina. The baby grew, came out, cute baby. She gave us stuff. You put your money into a bank. Bank made $1 million. Should the bank keep your shit? The bank should be able to keep because it grew with him, right? Or it, right? Okay. Facts. Hypocrisy at its finest. Like, where do we apply? When we apply your principle anywhere else, does it make sense? Another situation. Woman goes to the beautician, brings her hair, gives her hair to the beautician. Beautician fix her hair up, it look good. Should the beautician be able to show up 2 o'clock in the morning and then wear your shit? Like, where does that apply anyway? This is the stupidest generation in the world, man. Fundamentally, it makes literally no sense, their behavior and their mindset. Absolutely, positively none. Good, Brad. If you want to hop in, bro, anybody, if y'all want to hop in, I ain't gonna be on here too much longer. There's one of them impromptus, but had some stuff I wanted to say. I've been on my landline been down the internet been down in the house for a minute. But those are the topics I'm gonna address, man, and coming up with a game plan and a strategy how to deal with it and protect ourselves, man. My mindset is, I was on this clown, everybody know him, some clown dude named Taz, who be with some chick that be with Cynthia G. You gonna ask me, I went on the show, you gonna ask me when he was on Palmer's show, and I follow him to his show. Gonna ask me, you for protecting black women. I said I'm for protecting children from them. You got the divestors talking about, and I said this in one of my videos, so-called black females killed once every 5.5 hours. Say, nigga, y'all kill 649 children a day. That's 27 children an hour. But I don't hear y'all talking about that. I've murdered 23,560,000 children in 60 years. You run King Leopold numbers. You can't, man. Fuck. I'm about to say this. I'm about to hop off. I'm a hop off. You got chicks. You got these conscious community chicks talking about divine femininity when you got a fucking child cemetery in your womb. Divine feminine. You sticking stones and crystals up your pussy. You having sex with inanimate objects, calling yourself divine feminine. If a house can be haunted by souls, you don't think your womb can? You walking around as a haunted house. a year from now, y'all gonna beg from Captain Sam. Y'all gonna go find all the 7 Dragon Balls. You're gonna find all the genie lamps. You're gonna try to find Tony Stark and them. You're gonna wish Captain Samuels was back because it's gonna get rough. It's gonna get rough. Yeah. Definitely, bro. I feel you. I know you be working, bro. Get y'all comments in there on the stream. So I said that when I said that. Let me scroll down. I keep scrolling the wrong shit. It's a good bird said the sad part is it's an inadvertent act. Even if she's a good mom, without masculinity in a child's life, she will raise a beta male. Facts. Absolutely. So most women do mean well. It's foolish pride, Lucifer's spirit at heart. The backfire for trying to one up God's order and the generational curse blessed upon the children. Facts. He said, how do you feel about so many of our brothers looking for a new leader, and who would you pick? Oh, I don't do the feel thing, but genetically we are used to a hierarchy. So them looking for a leader is not a bad thing. It's just that we know them. I get it. Like we know them a little better than most of them know themselves, unfortunately. And they should look for a leader because they can't lead themselves. Who would I pick? I would pick them to become leaders. That's what I would pick. That's what I would pick. I think leadership needs to be a topic more than high value man. I think leadership needs to be something that we talk about on a consistent basis to we're competent in it. And there's nothing in life I've studied and researched more than leadership. My uncle started me when I was little. Ever since I can remember, he used to tap me on my chest, say, "Be a leader, not a follower." And that's the honest goodness truth. That's the honest goodness truth. I think we're used to a hierarchy. We clearly don't have one. We can go to a business, we can go to the military, but we don't have a hierarchy. Nonetheless, I say that though, knowing that when we become friends and we know there's a hierarchy, like we automatically assemble that amongst each other naturally. We know how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's who's the oldest, we know he the most talented. We know he the star. We know he's outspoken. We kind of get that going on. And then it's kind of established, we are one type of thing. And that is the same thing. We're all one. Nobody's more important than the other, but there's a chain of command. There's a hierarchy. And so they're naturally going to look for a leader. My mindset is to make them a leader. They need to pick themselves because we can't afford losing 23,560,000 people over the last 60 years. We can't afford that. We can't afford the one guy or the 10 or the 50. We need a lot of leaders. It's a lot of us. You know what I mean? That conversation needs to happen much more. I've had a tremendous amount of education on leadership. I was around a lot of great leaders. Like my mentor said, a leader's job is two things: provide an example and an opportunity. And foundationally, fundamentally, that's the aspect that we need to incorporate, is provide an example, a worthy example. I would caveat that or amend that or modify that with worthy. That word needs to be in our conversation more consistently. Worthy. Are you being rich is not a supplement for worthiness. Being cute is not a supplement for worthiness. Worthiness is worthiness. Just like enough is enough, worthiness is worthiness. And we need to bring that back into the conversation. Just being fit is not a substitute for worthiness. We need to have that. If we're men and we're tough as we say we are, then we need to start talking about, are you worth it? And are you worthy? Without batting an eye. That needs to be a common conversation, and we don't have that conversation. We want it to be assumed. And that's not how it works. When you do your net worth, you put your assets and your liabilities. And you walking around, you know if you're worthy or not. Because if I asked a man, would you, if you had a perfect daughter, she was honorable to you, she was beautiful, whatever, she grew up, she's an adult, would you want her with a nigga like you? You know if you're worthy or not. So I'm gonna cut the stupid shit. Not playing the fuck shit with fuck niggas. I don't play dumb shit with me. You know if you're worthy or not. You know, the word game in the world. Because it's about whether you add up. We're gonna talk about worthiness. We're gonna talk about solvency. We're gonna get into those things. Be just on y'all men. I'm gonna be 10 times more on y'all ass than I am the women. They just, they gonna whine about every fucking. I'm sorry, females. They gonna whine. That's what they do. But like Dirty Folks said, it's on you. I put it on you. At the end of the day, I'm still gonna put it on you because you got to lead. So when you get the submission that's coming, hey nigga, you first. You first. So hey, that's coming, man. That's coming. It's a great answer. I appreciate that, bro. What's Savannah saying? I appreciate y'all rocking. What time is it, bro? It was 12:43. It's early. We can get early start on the day. He said that Rose toy has him in a chokehold. Yeah, I keep hearing about that. They think it's a replacement for a man. That's not at all.
Yeah, I would definitely say that as far as leadership, one of the major things that actually attracts me to my husband is his leadership, right? Because his leadership begins in the home. It's not like he's out in the public and he's capping. The same way he is in the public is the same way that he is in our home. And a lot of these brothers, they're constantly looking for a leader. Oh, I need a leader to lead me. Oh, I need someone to lead me. And it's like a needy thing. And as the brothers have to get out of that, and they have to learn how to develop amongst each other so that they can become the leaders.
Yeah.
Because no one is going to lead you better than you can lead yourself.
Yes.
You can have mentorship. And a lot of times, we put these people on these pedestals. So when something comes out that is a taboo in public, it's like, oh, well, that was my leader, but that's not my leader anymore. Okay, if he was good enough to be a leader then this should not make him no longer like, this shouldn't be a reason why he can't be your leader anymore. Because you decided, you chose for him to be your leader. Because he was talking all of that and you was loving it.
Right.
You participated, you sent in the super chats, you gave in the donations, you purchased the courses, you went on the seminars, you was all in. But as soon as something happens, it's, oh, well, he's not my leader anymore. No, that's your leader. But now you're not superficial about your thoughts about him any longer. This is the reason why you have to develop yourself so that you can actually become your own leader. You're going to be your greatest leader at the end of the day.
Allah.
All of the students that's under my tutelage, I teach them to be leaders greater than myself. Because as a teacher, if I'm going to have students, then I need to make sure that they're able to supersede me, because my future depends upon what I invest in them.
Absolutely. Leadership is we had a deficit in terms of our understanding, and of what leadership is extremely needed. And one of the main things about leadership is, are you duplicating yourself? You have to duplicate yourself, and yourself being the competence. You have to transfer that competence from one person to the next, and that's what the military does. That's what corporations do. And I'm going to get into that and how that works when I go over the law of gender. I cannot wait to go over that. Y'all learn what real femininity is and not this clown shit that they keep fucking putting on the internet. And these fake femininity, divine femininity classes. This shit's so stupid, it's mind-boggling, irritating. They wear stupid ass outfits and put shit on that turban and like shit is just dumb. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, where are y'all getting this shit from? And then you like this. I'm just taking shots. Fuck it. I'm gonna tell y'all something. You have to be, before you can be a witch or a Wiccan or a wizard, you have to be a master of universal law. Nobody knows universal law. So there's no witches, especially not no African American. You don't know your fucking colors, but you're a witch or your master of universal law. You don't know your colors. What are you talking about? Like, stop being stupid. It's just dumb. You have to be, it's a few titles you need to be a real witch. And that shit is for some isolated situation. You don't know the law of correspondence. You don't know nothing. You just got an attitude. Like which is the new gangster? That's what that is for black females. Which is the new gangster? You can't have your way, so you're gonna be a witch and try to put a curse on somebody because you got an attitude. That's not how that works. So,
It don't work like that, because see, what they fail to realize is if the other individual don't believe it, it's not going to manifest. So the other part, the receiving party, has to actually believe that it will manifest in order for it to actually manifest.
mhm.
So I look at these women all the time, like you were just saying, all these little circles and all. I don't do the circles. No, I don't do the circles. I tell the women all the time, look, I'm married. I got a husband. I don't got time for the circles.
Like you talking about their roles now. That rose is making them happy.
I don't have time for these sister circles. I really don't. I mean, it's cool. I get it. If that's what you need in order to get through the day, then have that. But I myself, I don't have time for that. Look, it's really simple. It does not take all of that. It don't take a week. It don't take a weekend to sit around in a circle and cry and talk about how you were abused and how you've been so abusive and divisive to everyone in the world, and how you've manipulated everyone and how you no longer want to do it. It's simple. Just stop it.
Facts.
Just stop.
Facts. Self-control, man. And I mean, shit, every time I say something like that, I think about them and I'm like, how can you have self-control when you don't have no self? There's no self. Like the word ego. People say, I don't have ego. You don't realize what you just said. The word ego is just a Latin word for the word I, which means self. So you just said you don't have no self. But you're a witch. Hey, man. So I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. We got a lot of stuff coming. I'm gonna be putting out little shorter videos on, on mindset, on different concepts. Did the Anton Daniels video. I didn't really do Anton Daniels video. I just did highlights from the live we did, and I can't keep listening to that nigga voice. I can't make no more of the videos for a while. Cause that nigga stupid. He's annoying. But yeah, we got some shit coming, man. We definitely gonna be cooking, and stay tuned. Definitely like, share, subscribe. Please subscribe. I'm at 3,291 watch hours. So I need, what's that math? 609 hours. I appreciate y'all because that's a lot. That's actually a lot. I'm at 383, so I need 17. What's that? 5. What the fuck is that? 6. 617. So I need 617 subs, and I need 609 watch hours. So we can get monetized. And then y'all gotta, we can make Google pay me. Cause Google owe me money. Y'all didn't use my data and shit to make money, bitches. Y'all didn't give me some money. I know I'm AdSense and shit, but The shit lit when you get to 100,000. So I appreciate y'all rocking with me. I'm gonna get back busy. I was down a couple of days. Um, I'm excited. I got another channel. Well, I haven't put shit on it. I'm the only subscriber on it. But we're gonna be dealing with the trading too, just studying the market and trying to build like a network on build a network in terms of sharing information on how to trade, for our people and building something a little different from what they're doing in the trading community. So that's coming. And my son got a channel. I gotta invest in his channel. This weekend we're gonna have fun and looking forward to seeing all the content creators which I do this week. I've just been lost. Goddamn internet was just out. Somebody ran into something. Somebody ran that car into something and they just got it back up not too long ago. So just jumped on. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Appreciate you jumping on, sis.
Anytime.
Definitely. Keep saying am I forgetting anything? Thank you, Dan. Thank you. Shout out to Supreme 10. Shout out to Mr. Goodbread. Definitely shout out to Savannah. Brother Arnil Bay. Who am I missing? Everybody. Shout out everybody that commented. Oh, definitely XL Pro. Brother's always in the space. You on like 10 channels, man. Shout out to Down South Yella. Appreciate you for the cat. Hold on, can I get some more cash up? Shout out to Naeem Bay. I don't know how to say it. Salahuddin Bay. I don't know how to say his last name. Let me look back. Make sure there wasn't no more cash apps. I think I got. What are we doing, phone? Thank you, Sister K Glover L, for the $7 cash app. I appreciate you. I'm gonna set my soundboard. All right, my soundboard. I got some money. I'd have gone and took gay niggas some more. Look, hey. I don't got no sound. Hold on. Can you hear this?
My husband told me to send you some money, so I sent it to you.
Listen, I appreciate y'all. You hear that? Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, can you hear this sound?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I got it. Let me see. I forgot how I did it. I got the soundboard on OBS. I don't fucking know how to use it.
Struggle streaming.
Facts. I'm proud of it. I'm fucking that shit don't turn my shit. I don't like to be on the internet. Let the nigga on the internet. They didn't gonna let that nigga go on the internet.
Mama, we made it.
Oh. Fuck it. I appreciate it.
But the real ones on the internet.
XL Pro. Hopefully he can get off before. He says salute to the content. Shout out to XL Pro for the $5 cash app. I mean, a couple of hours a day now. Y'all done bought me lunch tomorrow. Lunch on y'all. I appreciate it. I know Savannah. Look. We got the bling money over here, ninjas. We going to Perth. This oh my god,
you get a bust down with that.
Thanks. Might get myself a Birkin. I'm gonna bedazzle, get a bonnet, and bedazzle my bonnet.
Them
niggas with bonnets when that shit was hilarious. Lying through her face and her speech, steaming and gymnastics. Yeah, that chick. Man, that damn her shit was funny. That shit was funny. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, we gotta go over the video with Candace Owens.
Which one? I think Mr. Goodbread was going over there earlier. What was she talking about? Candace, when she pulled up on Trump?
Oh yeah. She was like, we got the Addy, we gonna slide.
Gotta do that. We can even make a pre-recorded with that. All right. Hey man, you know how we do on the way out. It ain't but 2 classes on this planet, never been 3. You a world class or you outclass, and the question is not which class you want to live in. The question is which class are the ones coming behind you deserve for you to die in, on your feet or on your knees. Respect the craft. No.
The world class.